All right, ladies and gents, we are here. I want to say big thank you to everyone. First off, Microsoft for coming in. We had plans for this league. We had a sponsor. Things didn't work out. Didn't think this was actually going to be happening, and then Microsoft came in kind of last minute to make this happen. And we hope that there can be continual seasons with season 2 and beyond. So thanks to Microsoft. Thanks to everyone, all the players, the viewers around the streamosphere and the YouTube and whatnot. It's been so cool to watch and enjoy this event. But we are here in the grand final, and there's no doubt that these two players deserve to be here after Villese won 4-1 against a very hot Viper, and Vinchester 4-2 against a hot Hera. And Dave, here we are, grand final, Villese Vinchester. Neither player has ever won an S tier tournament. I'm pumped.
We can officially say that we will see a new S tier winner.
Yep.
After the result of this, regardless of who wins. That's incredibly exciting. And Villese has gone for Aztecs. Vinchester has gone for Franks. We saw this not too long ago as Hera went for Franks and absolutely dominated the Aztecs. Now, he did get into Vinchester's base and end up killing like 4 villagers early with his scouts, which enabled the, aggressive 1TC push with the Knights.
Yeah.
Aztecs, if they don't lose those 4 vills, can be a lot more dangerous than what Vinchester showed earlier.
I think it's going to be a very aggressive final. We have Fortified Clearing and Arena out of a best of 7 and a best of 5, I think, for the first time this weekend. So Serengeti starts it all off very open. I was having a conversation with Slam about this, and I personally feel like it's a very even matchup. It all comes down to if Aztecs are able to get to Castle Age and be stabilized, because once it gets to Eagle, Pikeman, Monk, Franks can really start to struggle here.
Yeah, especially on such an open map, right, where it's tough to get the walls down. Vinchester maybe taking some pointers. He knows how to play Franks, though. Everyone knows how to play Franks, but Hera was really, really good with them and found his way in early with the scouts, kept the scouts running around his base, locked down the golds, which I think is an important thing with this matchup for the Franks, keeping Aztecs off that gold or keeping them with like 4 vills on the gold instead of 14 to spam the Eagles and spam the Monks.
It's funny how we did see that semifinal, and in that semifinal, Vinchester was Aztecs against Franks, and now Villese is doing the exact same build.
Yeah,
it's like we can draw so many similarities, yeah. But
it's going to be the 3 militia coming forward now, right?
Yeah. But the thing I love about Villese as a player, because I think we all know Vinch is the more creative of the two, it's that Villese just plays his game, man. Like, how many people with Aztecs, game 1 in a final, wouldn't even run forward to try and lame within the first 2 minutes? He doesn't care. It's like, yeah, you know what? I want to make sure that I control what I can control. Yeah.
Villese plays towards his strengths at all times, and his strength is macro, build up an army, and then snowball. It's not the type of, YOLO, pick away at the edges kind of raiding strategy or the laming strategy or let's make things messy for my opponent strategy. No, it's I'm going to get an army. I'm going to get up to the next stage with 3 or 4 TCs behind it. I'm going to upgrade said army, and then you're going to lose.
Pretty much.
That's basically his game plan on every single map.
Yeah, and he 4-1'd the Viper with it. Vinchester, though, he's going to drop a barracks here, Dave, and Villese might end up scouting it, which would be rather... Wait, hold on.
Ooh, villager?
What is he doing?
Lumber
camp?
He's going for a lumber camp?
Okay. I was thinking barracks because he started with 4 on wood. But this is clearly going to be... Quick wall!
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
shoot. The militia.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Well, Vinch has lost one side of this matchup. He might lose the other side. 2 in 1 day!
Oh, God. Well, this Drush has paid off so much for Villese already, and we mentioned the scouting for Villese, but for Vinchester, it just hasn't been there, Dave, and it's just a risk, right? He's got another woodline to go to as well. Not the start that he would have wanted here.
Looms in at least. But he sends the weak Vill. Okay, notice her. Oh, man. Definitely maybe some nerves here, but killing that eagle is actually kind of valuable.
It is. It's
for
just
him.
stubborn
That's a lot of
for
line
him.
of sight for Villese.
It's very stubborn for him to continue to go out here, but for him to have that proper scout build, he does want the 2 lumber camps, so we'll see if he loses a Vill. Obviously, if he loses a second Vill, this is a disaster.
It's also, like, the timing on the stable is going to be difficult if you don't have enough wood for it.
Yep. He's getting some good hits with the villagers, though.
Yeah, good micro now. He's kind of settled in.
There you go. It should be better. But a dream start here for Villese because the Drush is not always designed to kill. It's designed to get control. He will click up. Wait a second. Yeah, okay, he already researched Loom, and he's going to click up to Feudal Age here in a second. I freaked out because I saw he had 40 gold, and I was like, wait, what? He can't get Loom. But then I remembered he's Aztecs, and I know things sometimes.
Villese doing a really good job with those militia, just continuing to get some value out of those. He's even adding another one.
Right.
With the lack of HP on these, 36 out of 120, and he's adding another one.
I'll tell you why I like it. Because it's not going to be too easy for Vinchester to pick and choose the weak ones. 5 man-at-arms. Remember, Vinchester doesn't know where Villese even is. Got no clue.
He's doing a great job with
stable.
that scout, though.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job with that scout to keep this Drush away from his woodline. He doesn't even go for the walls there. There's weak villagers here. Villese might jump for some of those. He's going to go for the full HP one. Looks like Vinchester's going to get some nice little hits in. He saw the extra militia added in.
This is good for Vinch.
Don't know if he's going to suspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 5th one coming in too.
There's 2 weak ones, but you can't really pick them out here, and another villager goes down. And the scouts are also getting weak in here, so I think this is
not
worth
the way
it
you
so
want to
far.
start. You want to be ahead as the Franks.
Yep.
Especially going into Castle Age, you want to be ahead in Eco. And right now, Vinchester is going to be behind. And Vinchester, also a classic Vinch problem, idle TC time.
Yeah, that was
is almost a
interesting how many
villager.
he had.
Dude, it's... I've been saying this for months. Vinchester is like the worst player in our top 10 discussion when it comes to idling his TC when he has the food available and when he should be producing.
Interesting.
Like, you can make an argument maybe for deliberately idling a TC to save up food or something like that. We're going for a YOLO push, but Vinch, sometimes, man, even in Dark or Feudal Age, TC just doesn't keep running.
And that's the other aspect of pressure, right? Like, the other aspect of pressure is you will make mistakes. That's why you like to open the final like this. Villese has to be careful. He's very open now. And like we saw with the Franks in the previous semifinal, it's quite easy to just turn this around with you having 2 villager kills as well. And good micro from Vinch. I think the score even shows you just the control. Though that's pretty wild considering the Vill count right now and the lack of scouting for Vinch.
Yeah, Host.
Yeah,
He's going for Town Watch.
I don't mind it. You're going to want Town Watch anyways.
I mean, he had all these problems. The idle TC time, the housing issue. He had all these problems, and he still beat Hera. So he's clearly doing other things right? And maybe he's sacrificing the time it takes to queue up a villager or make that house because he's so busy
microing
gaining
scouts.
little victories forward, right? So,
especially on Serengeti, I think it's more about that army control and the damage done. And Villese with
nice
the quick wall.
Filthy, bro.
Wow, they come in here a little bit cold potentially. I imagine they probably practiced against the AI, but they both had about 2 hours before the final started, as this is live now. And look at this creative little wall off. This is like...
It's nice.
This is so creative because this map's disastrous to wall typically.
Like, you look at this and you zoom out and you say, this economy is wide open. And then you look at it from Vinchester's point of view.
Yeah.
And he's thinking, I'm going to die any way that I come in here. I'm going to have to wait for my range units to clear up any of those spearmen. And then even then, the only place I can really pressure is the berries unless I want to go all the way around to the goal.
Oh, this micro, though, from Vinchester was so good. Villese wasn't paying attention. He might have been placing those walls, Dave. And so the Finnish pro overextends Vinchester with 9 kills, now 10. And this is the map control he needed. Sick response from Vinchester.
Yeah.
Now,
I missed the micro there. What happened?
Well, basically, he didn't micro, right? And the ranged units hit the spears. And then the scouts got a couple hits on the archers, and then everything fell apart. Now, Franks, as Hera showed, quite strong, man. Scout skirm, scout archer. I think getting to Castle Age safe is just so difficult on this map. Just asking for trouble. There's no way you can just ease your way to Castle Age like you could on Arabia here.
That tree is 30 wood, but now Villese is going to back away.
Make some houses.
Villese getting his farm count up. Vinchester still with a decent amount of food here in the bank. And Vinchester is going to go up at a really nice time considering all the early pressure. I mean, he lost 2 vills to that Drush.
Man, Franks are insane.
Yep.
That is insane to me that he's going to go up. I mean, he might click up before he gets housed, hopefully. But I guess
And
on the bright
tower
side
on the
for
gold.
Velez is he's gonna tower the gold. His farm eco safe, his wood eco safe. That gold being on the back is honestly such a nice thing for him.
Ooh, villagers, though. I think he loses at least one here, right? No, he doesn't?
Yeah, he does there.
Yeah, okay.
It feels like that's fair. You know, I feel like Vinch deserved a
Yep.
villager kill as he picks off the leftover archer. Now, I don't know, man. It's just archers and spears right now, and if we could see light cav, maybe some knights against that before the upgrades come in, I'm kind of liking Vinchester's spot. But I
Spearman?
didn't see the counterattack.
Spearman?
Saved. Oh, but she died. There you go.
Oh, but okay, there's some justice there too.
I wasn't expecting her to be one-shotted there.
Yeah. Oh, there's another guy on the gold that Villese will be checking all the HPs here, right?
This is a little different.
He's
now.
trying.
Okay, those archers and spearmen being forward definitely threw Vinch for a loop. And that should be another
It's
villager
dead
down.
vill.
Dang, nice counterattack. I didn't expect
Castle
that one.
age time from Villese is going to be horrible in comparison, though.
Yeah, I think walls are his best friend. If he's up against only knights, he could always quick wall everything out in theory. But at least he got value because I really felt like the spearman archer army wasn't going to accomplish much. He took his opponent off of gold, which could mean Vinchester might not open with the amount of knights that he wanted. But good defense from Vinchester. Again, you cannot expect perfection on this map. Some of the other maps you can, but this is one of the more open maps that we have here. Palisade, Vinch. Yep, okay. I guess there was no hole there anyways. And yep, the skirmishers are finishing that off. The scouts advance forward, Dave, for Vinch. And he's going to make knights.
Archer's coming right to where that TC is being placed.
No way he's moving forward right now. That's so crazy.
Yeah, it is. It actually is. But I guess if he doesn't want to continue archer production, he's just going to see what value he can get from these.
Yeah.
And he's going to go right through. That palisade wall is not complete. That's a villager dead. Knights are here, but another villager goes down.
Yeah,
and there's
a weak
fill
ones.
on the, oh my god, Villese getting so much value from this. From an army that was going to be basically like useless.
It's such a good move to move forward, though, Dave, right? Like you mentioned, is not an army that he would have been able to utilize. A lot of players would just keep it at home, think they could maybe save it for later. 6-1 eco KD. And yet somehow I'm feeling with Vinchester being on the second town center faster, having knights, that Vinchester might actually have the lead. Messy stuff, but lots of walls for Velez. This is like the ultimate egg wall. You've got like no wood lines involved.
Wall in front. Why is that dead body still there? She refuses to leave.
I noticed that
will
too. I
haunt
thought it
you.
was a new villager kill.
I will haunt you until the end of your days.
Maybe Velez deleted one. I don't know. But the spearmen are there. The spearmen have armor. The TC fire also is going to be helpful because of fletching.
Really bad engagement there for Vinchester. Surprisingly bad, actually.
He definitely feels like he needs to force the issue after losing those villagers. And this is very different from what we saw in the other game, as there's tons of spearmen, but the knights are going to run right past the spearmen underneath the TC. How are you going to egg wall this out, Velez?
I think all you need to do is protect your wood lines, and then the spearmen will catch up eventually, right?
Okay, that's going to be a dead
But
vill.
you'll lose a farmer, maybe. Yep.
But how do you keep them from running away again? That's so smart for
Could leave the
Vinch.
farm, go for a gate.
Yeah.
I guess he doesn't think it's worth it. Well, it would have been worth it because he lost the vill.
Didn't lose a single unit on that attack, Vinchester. Now it's 36 villagers with wheelbarrow versus 41 without. The range units are still out there for Vinch as well, as he'll move them forward. And for now, he's just going to attack the barracks. And I kind of like it, because your opponent needs that barracks.
Eagle production is really stalled here. He's got to go for pikemen, but the skirms are here. Vinchester has a pretty good position. Still a villager lead for Villese here, but Vinchester is on the second TC, so he's going to start pulling ahead pretty soon. And Eagle production is just so low.
God, Vinch with map control is just so fun to watch, man. I feel like Veleza gives up map control a lot, and we saw that against Viper, and then he can get it back. But in that series against Hera, the Ravines game with the control with Huns, the Jungle Swamp game where he gave up control, got it back. Like, so many instances where Vinchester with control is just a nightmare to deal with.
And look, he's just idling the farms.
Oh,
Annoying.
God.
Super annoying with these skirms.
It actually forced that one farmer to the front farm, which is funny, because he couldn't farm the other ones. So now that guy could
And
die.
Now he's dead. Never mind.
Well, never mind. He's gonna shift back to the safe farm as any sane villager would. Good control for Vinch, but he isn't killing anything except houses, and Villese has plenty of those. He's also adding a second TC, Dave, but where's that gold gonna be in the long run for the Aztec player?
He's got that one pile, but his other option is out front.
Yep.
I mean, it's gonna be pretty rough for him. Still, if he snowballs hard enough here, I think he can do that with the gold that's available to him. He just needs to keep up the production. Right now, he's only got 1 eagle in the queue and 3 monks.
Oh, those skirms,
Not the
though.
situation you want to be in.
Yeah, those skirms are so helpful here, and the monks also just got all their conversions. But Vinchester, maybe you don't want to toss away these knights right now.
Mm-hmm.
He backs away. I think will be very happy with the KD in this game, 37-16, but definitely need to keep that knight number high.
Villager count still competitive. Villese going for that second TC. Vinchester going for the third TC, but Vinchester does have heavy plow, of course, with Franks, and he also has wheelbarrow. So his eco is looking pretty clean.
Aztecs normally are going to want relics right now. Aztecs will want gold control. Aztecs will want eagles and pikemen. That's the deadly combo. Frank player will have a 3 TCs, securing multiple golds and stones. Soon Vinchester could maybe even drop a castle. This is looking better and better for Vinch.
And it's just pure monks for
Yep.
Villese. Oh, monk pikemen. I mean, Aztec monks are nice, but with the skirms still alive, well, I guess the skirms won't be doing that much against this much HP on the monks, but there's always an option to switch into light cav, and monks aren't really a sustainable unit choice for Villese into the late game as he now goes for that third TC. And the knights are wandering around on the right side, and the villager is, I don't know what he's doing out there.
I think he's scouting for gold, honestly.
Maybe.
He went to the corner, so I think he set waypoints just looking for gold. But he will town center that gold there, Dave. And also, the castle goes up for Vinchester. That doesn't protect his gold. I don't like that castle that much.
How many relics does Villese see? He sees 1.
Oh, the
As
knights
are in
the
on
back.
the wood line. Oh, boy. Villese has a monk there. It's coming back to convert. It looks like he has another monk somewhere. Oh, they're all the way in the front. And that's going to be 3-4 villagers dead.
Yeah, Vinchester will
from
lose
that
1.
night raid.
And Vinchester's off that gold, but he does have the other gold. But how many he's pulled off of farmers is definitely a little concerning. Castle goes up, though, and he could always build many more with the Franks as we see our first throwing axemen of the final day. Hype for that. Even Squire's coming in for these bad boys.
Yep. That'll help against the pikemen. Also, if your opponent converts a throwing axeman, you don't really
Who cares?
care.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Take it. I don't want this guy anyways,
Yeah.
but oh man, the raids
Oh,
from
it might
Villese.
get Garland Wars. Oh, no.
Dude, can you imagine if that actually applied, though? That would be sick.
Oh, I've played custom scenarios where Garland Wars are on Axemen. They get pretty beefy, dude. 8+8 attack on the elite version. Whew.
Well,
Buildings go down quick.
Axemen are legitimately the play in the long term here, but Vinchester's definitely kept his knights alive, his skirms alive, as both players are healing up, but we still see 0 relics collected for the Aztec player. And I think from Villese's point of view, he doesn't even know about the castle. He thinks that if he can deny this gold long term, he could snowball something, but I don't think he's going to be too happy when he sees Axemen.
Yeah, he's just kind of hanging out. He's not going for He'll pick up a relic, and there's another relic in the middle he could probably go for.
Yep.
Right now with that monk. Don't think Vinchester sees the monk. No, he's going back with it now.
Yeah, he's going for it again. Yep.
He's trying to deny this stuff. He's not really trying to damage Vinchester all that much. Otherwise, he would have sent forward a villager.
Yeah, go for
a
siege or
siege
something.
workshop.
Yeah. I think he senses something's up. Yep, he knew there was something in the middle of the map. The knights are going to come in, and the knights will clear up the monks. There was 1, maybe 2 conversions in there.
2, yeah.
But you've got to pull back with your knights here if you're Vinch, and then you're fine. Just pull away for a second.
Yeah, the Axemen can do all of this. Okay, or your knights can all just die. That's fine, too.
It could have been cleaner.
guess.
It could have been cleaner there, right? Still
Monks
has some
dying
knights
too?
alive.
2 monks go down. Eagle's getting value on that side. Villese is at 69 villagers. Vinchester is at 85.
And he's
Damn.
got Axemen. And how do you counter Axemen? It would have to be monks, I think. By the way, is this real? We have 10 monks on the field? What? 10 monks with 2 more on the way for Villese?
And he
What?
just lost 3 of them, too.
Yeah. No wonder he needs
Vinchester can
gold.
go for 2 forward castles. You make one on the TC, and then you make your follow-up one past that TC even. You can cut off that gold completely.
If 10 units are converted, that's like all the knights and
That's a
half
big
the
swing.
axemen. Yeah, that could
that's a
be
big swing.
crazy.
That's why I guess you have to go for this castle first. I mean, your Franks, so they're cheap.
Yeah.
He's going to go for this castle on the hill. That'll work against the monks. It looks like Villese is coming out now. Villese has so many monks here, bro.
Oh my
And he's
God.
converting the throwing axemen. And it's going to get to the point where I said he wouldn't care if they got converted. Vinchester is going to start to care
This
when
matters,
5 of
yeah.
them get converted.
And you can't kill. The axemen have so little range. You can't get in close to kill the monks. What is this swing? Don't tell me
Will
Vinchester's
it be
going to
enough?
lose
The
this.
castle's still going to go up. The castle's still going to go up. A lot of villagers dead, though.
my
A lot
God.
of units dead.
Yeah. And
As the
also
axemen
there's
trying to
knights.
hunt down.
So the knights are the key here because the knights can push the axemen back. Dang, man. And look at the vill count now, Dave. 89 villagers versus 83.
Yep.
The monks were the play. I was saying, how do you counter the axemen? Well, clearly that's the answer. When isn't that the answer with Aztecs against anything, though? 55 HP and counting. Could always get more HP on those monks with more technologies. And here comes that next castle you're talking about, Dave. He's like leapfrogging the castles here.
Yeah, I think as long as maybe you chop that tree and put the castle there, as long as your castle foundation is within range of your previous castle, it's
Yeah.
hard for the monks to really get a good angle or your pikemen to engage, right?
Yeah.
He's going to be pretty confident here with the axemen, and Villese can't really do anything about that. Could have maybe thought about a counter castle of his own with all those villagers right there to deny it, but I think it's too late now. He's going to have to abandon that gold. He is going for another TC on the side, and he's discovered another gold
Yeah, Dave.
over there on the left.
And he needs that gold, and he's going to go up to the Imperial Age. Also, he tries to deny the castle. I guess this is to buy his own time with his own castle. Okay, light cab will
Need to
come
get
in
those
though.
monks
There's
out
no
of there.
pikemen.
Put him in the TC,
Go!
run! 1, 2, 3.
Wow, they're so strong,
Perfect.
man. And the castle will go up for Villese as well. However, he didn't have the buildings just yet to click up, so that was some precious time there. And he clicks up now.
And Vinch is not up. Actually,
He is
not a terrible map position for Vinchester, being on that hill against both of these castles. But I guess the question is, what do you go into long term? Because my man is still making monks.
Monk
He's making
Treb.
pikemen.
Yeah, Monk Treb. If he continues to get conversions, that's the play. But he eventually needs to go into something
Like
else.
though. Yeah, and how are you gonna are you just gonna have random pikemen running all over your eco, putting out the fires?
I think yes, because if you take out the castles, then axemen aren't an issue. And my God, Vinch just deleted 4 knights on the left. Light Cav's definitely the play for Vinchester. He's going to be disappointed, though, that he doesn't have like any killer unit himself.
I'd love to see a castle on the left there from Villese. You want to win that Treb War, but you also want to secure this area. Maybe on that hill somewhere as the Light Cav come in. We've got a couple pikemen already from Villese. Light Cav are going to find value in the back here if Vinchester's paying attention. Apparently he's not.
He sees it now. It's a fight he'll take because he was already committed somewhat, but against the pikes, it will be a little awkward. But he's sending more, and I like this, actually. If he would have brought the axemen with the Light Cav, suddenly things feel a little better in this area.
Well, not anymore because there's so many monks, but the Light Cav are coming. Uh-oh.
Get 'em.
Aztec monks, they will survive for a long time. Not long enough. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's all about chewing up the monk numbers right now. If it's just pikemen, you should be fine. I think that's worth it for Vinchester. But Aztecs are Aztecs, man. 94 villagers, 23 military for Villese. He is going to
There's
drop
the
a castle on the left to protect this raiding area. But he still doesn't have a lot of gold, Dave. Still only those 2 tiles to work with and 2 relics for gold.
Your Light Cav or my Light Cav, and now Villese is going to go for the Light Cav raids against Vinchester.
True.
Love to see it.
Oh, and he's so exposed to it as well. He's so exposed. He does have the outpost, though. That's something that Vinch did very well in his series against Terra. And he's got double castle, making the
This is a
trebs
great-
already.
Fascinating game. Really cool matchup here with Vinchester going for the Axemen early. He's still got 15 of them,
Yeah.
Tristan. And now Villese having block printing monks, which should be enough to drive those Axemen away, and also pikemen to protect against the Light Cav as Villese continues to expand out for these extra golds and stones. He might find this extra gold on the left side. My question is, what do you tech into now?
Well, I think if you're Villese, priority number one, like everything you're going towards is pushing back the castles now. And so if Vinch can use this stone and gold that he does have to hold that area and then clamp down on the sides, I think he has this game. He has the outposts on the left, so he can see there's eco there, and he's got a bunch of light cav with more on the way, so he's just holding.
Villese is so methodical. Like, he goes up to that stone on the left side, and he makes sure he has pikemen there to protect his villagers. It's not going to be enough against that many light cav coming in from Vinch, but he needs that stone to repair the castle. He just doesn't have enough villagers forward, though, and the castle's going to go down from him. He does have 4 trebs, however.
Look at Vinchester. He brings not all the axemen, but he brings half the axemen here because he knows that it will be pikeman defense, and suddenly the whole left side's exposed for Villese. He still has to push this hill. So the treb war still matters. I think Vinch's next focus will be on pushing forward with the axemen and forward with his new light cav near the trebuchets.
These monks are going to be so strong, though. These monks are going to be so strong.
65
Block
HP.
printing, illumination, theocracy. We got 70 HP soon. There we go.
You could tell Villese is distracted, though, right? He falls into the castle fire a bit. Now he pulls away. The raids are catching up with him. Only 130 population and only 30 army. Those villagers are not bringing in gold. So his eco is disastrous for the Aztec
He's not
economy.
repairing his trebs either. Villese is losing his trebs to Vinchester.
I think at this point with 0 on gold, and as the game speeds up for me, I don't know about you, the GG's called in Vinchester. Despite losing 2 villagers to the Drush, Dave opens up the grand finals with a victory. What a game. That was sick.
Great recovery, too. Great recovery. Villese, that was the concern for me with the monk pikemen. It's just pikemen aren't mobile enough to deal with the light cav raids. And with the monks, you need so much focus forward, right?
Yeah.
Feels like you need, I don't know, just even another castle over on that side, walls over on that side, something to protect. It's so tough on Serengeti to protect all of your resources against a civ that has cavalry when you don't.
Great job from Vinch to go for the somewhat offensive castles, because I think you can justify playing defensive with castles with Franks as well. But going for I guess the initial defensive castle, leading forward with more, and then Axeman Light Cav worked out well for him. Obviously, there were a few kinks there, a few awkward moments with the conversions there from Villese, but he got it, and I think that's an important one for Vinch. To lose 2 villagers at the start, to have so many of the things that did go wrong there. Like, also, I think he ended up losing 6 before he got that TC up at one point. That's a nice recovery. GG.
It's almost good in these tournament games to make mistakes like that early and just get it out of the way so you can stop worrying about it, you know? And like Villese probably should have been up to Castle Age a lot sooner. So I think he definitely had some moments in that game. I know he ended up losing there, but he had moments in that game where he was really far behind. He realized he was really far behind, and he still kind of recovered.
Yeah. I just love the theme from Vinch. He loses Vills, and guess what? Boom, he makes a beeline to the enemy's economy. There's no hesitation. So GG collected 46,000 resources. Villese got 40,000. Villese did actually have more
convincing.
gold. But yeah, and KD, very convincing. Not to mention that there were 19 conversions, which I think is included in the kills, but I could be wrong. Maybe Capture Age doesn't include that anymore.
Maybe it's only included in the kills once Heresy comes in. Never know.
I don't know. I know the game data says it's a kill. Like, I think it tracks it, or it used to. I don't know about Capture Age, but either way, it's just bad. Light Cav throwing Axemen was so much better there. Hindustanis or Hindustanis, as you say it, Dave. I don't know what's right, so I'll defer to your judgment there. But for Villese, and then Vinchester's gone for the Britons. So Ghulams, camels. Well, maybe camels aren't that useful here. Skirmishers, hand cannons, bombard cannons against Britons. At least we know what Britons are going to go for, right? Lots of archers, and maybe they'll just need their infantry a bit more in this matchup.
Until the Ghulams come out.
Yeah, right. So
and then you're going to be looking around for options. That's what I'm saying. But they have more options than another archer civ like the Mayans would have against this, right? Where they have no champion, they have no knight. Knights are really good against Ghulams.
The thing that
not so good against the camels from the Hindustanis, but
yeah, I think what makes the Hindustanis so good against Mayans or Aztecs is just because the Ghulam has a bonus against eagles as well. So that bonus is not relevant now, And so I don't think you have to be as scared of that unit if you're going archers as the Britons. Also,
well, if you're going archers as the Britons, you still have to be terrified of that unit.
well, it's 5 Pierce Armor in Castle Age, but 8 Pierce Armor becomes an issue a bit later on, yeah.
It becomes an issue as soon as you take your eye off the unit for 1 second.
You speak like someone who's seen a few games with the Hindustanis the last few weeks.
I have, bro. It's disgusting, honestly. As soon as you see that unit, I think unless you have like 40 crossbows, you got to tech out of that. You got to tech out a crossbow.
Yeah, so basically,
if you only
eco's
have
gotta
like
be the
10 or
focus.
15, yeah, because you need at least double numbers to fight them.
What an interesting
And they
map
produce
gen.
pretty quick.
I feel like both of these maps are fantastic. The map gens have been pretty relaxing, I guess, as far as Arabia is concerned in this event. For
This
Vinch,
is really good for Vinch.
that
Look at
gold
this.
can be
Oh,
walled
man.
in, no problem.
Yeah, and then the easy wall at the back. You got the wood line with like 12 tiles of wood, so there's no opportunity to range behind that. And then it's just an easy wall even to your TC if you're under pressure. And then a wall to the edge of the map, and you're just laughing, right?
Yeah, same deal for Villese, right? His gold's kind of on the back. He's already walling towards his wood lines. Both players do have vulnerable stones and golds towards the front of their base. They're obviously not going to turn this into arena right now. But man, when I think Vinchester, I think where's the barracks? And there it is. It's already on the way. Whether it's Britons or Mayans or Aztecs or even Franks sometimes. I guess he didn't do it in the previous game. He loves his early barracks. As he's looking to take control here, Dave, and I honestly don't mind it. It's perfect for him.
All right, here we go. We got the boar coming in for Villese, but we got the barracks coming down for Vinchester, like you said, and the militia are already coming out. 5 minutes in. We got 16 pop here, and those militia will be on the way. Vinchester won't really find many places to hit, however, in Villese's base. We were talking about how beautiful the map was.
If he goes to militia, I think he can do 22 pop feudal, which is obnoxious. And the reason for that is because you also have that sheep bonus with Britons to work with, which has helped him right now. And it is Vinch, so very rarely are we going to see a fast castle. Normally it's all about stopping some walls, getting some damage in, and then following it up with feudal. But Villese's walling, Dave. And I do like the walls. I could lose a villager actually on the south side, though.
Oh, he notices right away.
Yeah.
Immediately pulls that vill away.
I don't know if he's the biggest quick waller, though. So Vinch might think he has an opportunity here. But in the end,
he can do it,
just
but
moves along.
he doesn't usually try when it's like a one-on-one. He can do it when a Drush is coming in or something like that.
Sure.
And I'm sure he could execute the villager quick wall, but he's not trying it as often as someone like Leary or Viper or Hera.
Some players rely on it. Like, they will leave their eco exposed and rely on it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Villese would ever do that. But he doesn't see the barracks, Dave. He's looking all over for his opponent. He's going the wrong way with his scout.
He saw the militia before, I'm pretty sure, along that
did he?
wall.
Okay. Oh,
I'm pretty sure he did.
Well, he's going to finish the wall. If he knew the militia were there, I think he'd be going small wall. This would be amazing for Vinch. And by the way, Vinch hasn't clicked up yet. I was wrong. This might be a fast castle attempt from him, which is very rare. There's a
Militia
hill.
coming in. Villese. Yeah, Vinch doesn't want to engage up the hill against those vills. I don't blame him for that. I wouldn't want to do that either.
Are you? I don't know, man. What's the alternative? Okay.
Well, the alternative is finding somewhere else like the berries to hit.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just unfortunate for him that there's no villagers really there, right?
I think you're right that he didn't want to do it because Villese gave it a lot of respect. Or he gave it no respect by not walling, but...
No respect.
Yeah.
None. And this is why.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
This is why you don't attack up there, because you might find something else, and Vinch is going to find it.
What?
No!
What? What is that, man? That villager should have died 3 times.
Oh, my God.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess Vinch's strategy doesn't really depend on getting kills. He's still denying the berries, but very weird. Meanwhile, Villese, I think, is expecting Vinchester to go up to Feudal Age fast behind this, just like I expected, and like Hera might have expected in the previous, in the semifinal, because apparently we all assumed that with Vinchester, and
Instead, he's got a campaign base here.
Yeah.
William Wallace training mission number 4 base
I love it,
right
dude.
here, and he's gonna go up to Castle Age.
I just love how creative Vinchester is. It's a risk to do this, but you know what's awful? Going scouts against Fast Castle. Like, it's the worst thing you could probably do if you're Villese here. Obviously, Villese was bailed out there. Should have lost a villager. We'll kill the militia now, but this second scout is witnessed here. I think Vinchester's going to be loving life.
Yep.
He's like, what is that going to do against me? Well, Hindustanis do actually have a bonus against buildings with their stable units. It's not just their camels. It is also their scouts, so there is that.
I thought it was just their camels, really?
No, when the Hindustanis came out, the dev said, you know what? I don't think this civ has enough. We need to give the civ more.
Scouts too?
So their scouts now also do more damage versus buildings, which can be helpful here.
I missed that. Missed that memo, apparently.
It's actually really strong as well. But he's not making any more scouts right now.
Villese knows exactly what's going on now because he knows the uptime from Vinchester should have already been in. If he was going to follow that up with something, should have already been there. He's coming forward with the scouts. And if I know Villese, he's going to wall himself in. And he's going to go up to Castle Age as well.
Yeah, it's just, how does he defend these wood lines from archers? I thought there was a hole there that would obviously change things. Look how fast the palisade goes down. See what I mean?
Yep. That is actually crazy, dude. What?
I don't know. I guess repairing's fine. Okay. Archer range. We'll see the blacksmith from Vinch. Now, again, this isn't something you do every day on Arabia. And so the balance could be off. So far, it looks like it's perfect, though.
Yep.
And
I mean, Villese will have the advantage of getting the eco upgrades and having them for a very long time. So, like, his farms are going to be lasting a lot longer than Vinchester's. Vinchester will be up to Castle Age first. And Villese will have the advantage of having nominal map control, not complete map control, but vision on exactly what Vinchester is doing. So it's not like the early Castle Age is a GG moment or anything, but it certainly is impressive from Vinch.
Yeah, I think it's, the issue you can have with less mobile civs, as Vinch thinks twice about the second range, which is interesting. He deleted it. Sometimes the best way to take control with the Britons is like, make them guess what you're going to do next. If you go 2 range, they need stone walls, towers, whatever. But if you just go 1 range, you could just boom up on the second TC and get a lead in Castle Age. So I think the key for Villese right now is just kind of sensing what the move is going to be. He's hoping he'll see archers attacking his scouts or that his spearmen will find something.
And it's Villese going for an archer range of his own. His resources are looking quite good.
Yeah, really good.
Good response from him to not overcommit to military. He made, like, what, 1 scout?
Yep, just
one additional scout, and he realized Vinchester wasn't up yet, and it was probably going to be an FC play. And now he's just exploring around Vinchester's base, getting as much information as he can. Saw the egg, and now he's going to look for the extra resources. Really, really good stuff from Villese.
Yeah, sees the gold. Has to imagine the archers will come out of the gate. Vinch would be the type of guy, though, to sneak his army out the side and then re-wall it. I don't think you have to, though. That's the thing. Like, you can kill this army. You don't need to be sneaky right now.
It's not even like, even if you sneak out with this army, it's only going to be 5 crossbows.
Yeah.
Right? And Villese already has skirmishers coming out. Skirms may not win the fight against the crossbows, but they're enough to delay for him to get like a tower down or an extra additional layer of wall or shift his lumber camp villagers or something like that. They're enough to buy him time to save his eco. So it's not the most threatening army ever.
Gotta love how Vinchester can place a TC on his starting wood line and have it like last him the rest of the game.
Yeah.
This wood line's sick.
That wood line's a chonker. It's 2 wood lines in 1.
Yeah. Now, another nice thing here in terms of underinvestment with army is since you get +1 range on your crossbows in the Castle Age, you can just go for fletching and still have 7 range, whereas other civs would have to get bodkin. If he doesn't feel like he's going to kill units, if he feels like Villese is going to have skirms or something, this is the play, and he'd be spot on. He hasn't killed anything, and his opponent's going to have skirms on the field.
Yep. And Villese is 30 seconds away from being in the next stage. I wonder if he TCs the stone and then starts working his way towards the castle.
I think he will always second TC a wood, but I see him moving over there. So, okay, I'm going to... I'm going to just say, yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yep.
Unless it's a university, but no, he's sending 4 Villes, Dave. I think you're right.
It's a TC. He's a 3 TC man, Villese.
Okay, TC.
Gets skirmed,
Boom.
goes for the TC over here, and then he'll probably go for the other TC. Maybe he gets aggressive and goes on that gold in the front, or maybe he just puts it on the wood line.
Definitely
Can't
needs
put
to
it
get
on the
some
wood line in the
eco.
back unless it squeezes it in there because of the hills.
So this is the problem I have with how Vinchester opens. And I say this as if I was playing, right? So from my perspective, I do this a lot with Britons. And then guess what? I don't have archer numbers. I just get
Do this,
rolled.
Scout.
I just get rolled. Yeah, nice just passing there from Villese.
Do you see the way they were both playing? That Vinch
Oh
was
my
like trying to
God.
cut him off. Villese was trying to stay in the middle.
But-
He got out.
You see what I mean? Like, this could be a big issue for Vinchester. 3 TCs into no archers? That's not really something that can excite you in the long run.
I don't
Trying to be
like archers
sneaky.
in this matchup, bro. I don't like them.
I guess that's true. But what do you
It's
like,
just,
knights
if you don't-
instead?
I mean, that's the question,
Yeah.
right? Britons against Hindustanis. I feel like they have more options. That I kept bringing up the Mayans, and I'll bring them up again. I feel like they have more options than the Mayans, but it's still limited. The Gulam is such a good unit.
I love
Such a
how
good
Vinch
unit.
has actually kept his numbers alive, though. And look at that, even deleting the house, which today might be a bad thing for him. He's going to add more, though. And then, oh my God, this army on the left side, he's being so sneaky.
Oh boy. Oh boy, and he's gonna show up and he's gonna kill at least one Vil. How early does Villese notice this? He attacks the second Vil and then traps her, and look, she knows she's gonna die.
Yeah,
She is aware
what a
of the
play.
imminent
And
death.
with no ballistics in yet, these crossbows can continue to run. And now there's a Scorpion from Vinchester. He has the Vil lead. Does need to be careful on the front, though. There he backs away, and yeah, that's nice. You should have a pretty considerable Vil lead now. You've been on 3 TCs for a while, but the Hindustanis being on stone right now is definitely something you have to have in the back of your mind.
Yeah, I just wonder. I'm wondering what Vinch goes into. Still questioning. It's
Yeah.
nice to have the crossbows producing from one range, but we haven't seen a hard commitment from him. Maybe he just goes and tries to pressure with like a castle forward or something. We see he's also on stone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe
don't know.
even like where those skirmishers are right now for Villese, the 3 skirms, that's a perfect castle spot, and then you wall to the edge of the map, and then everything's protected in the back. I think that might be a good spot for it. But, okay, Villese reacted before with the skirms, as he needed to, and now he's going to have to react to the siege, and this is a tough ask, right? If you had the castle right now, I think skirm Gulam would be amazing. But Vinch is yet to move super far forward. He seems to be making his move now. Something I've been loving about him is how there's very little hesitation.
+2. It's +2 armor skirms. You gotta be with only 12 crossbows. You gotta be careful, right? Even with the siege, if your opponent micros around it, one crossbow dead, and without the crossbows, the siege is basically chopped liver. And Villese is going for a siege workshop in defense as he loops around the other way with skirms. So he's gonna come behind this army potentially. Also has skirms under the TC from Vinchester right now.
And he's going to lose those. Did lose one at home. And he gets a volley off. Good volley.
Yep.
All right, there he goes. Backs away. I wonder if Vinchester's just going to camp this hill. This feels very much like that game that Vinchester played against Nikov, where he might be tempted to
Villese.
come forward with a castle drop. It's tough to have skirms against the siege here, especially when you don't have a hill, but will Vinchester leave it? If I'm Vinch, I'm
Villese
taking a
does
peek at
enough
that
for a
stone
castle
right now.
now.
I'm like, is he on stone? Ooh, he is on stone. Let's stop that. Castle goes up defensively,
I mean,
Dave.
if
I don't
anything-
mind it, though.
He can, yeah, I know. He can deny, so he knows he's not going to stop the castle. He can't stop the stone income, but he can deny it coming down over here to protect Villese's base, right? With the presence of the siege. So now the castle has to go at home. So Villese is going to have to build up towards enough stone towards another castle to protect this side of his base. And that TC is still very exposed on the left. So it's not the worst thing in the world from Vinch.
Oh
He
my
gets a good
God!
shot there. That was sick, dude.
That was
sick.
amazing. Oh, and the attack round as well, as he'll get some value from his siege before it inevitably goes down.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
Damn, it really
so
looked
quick
like...
with it.
Yeah, and he made it look like he wasn't paying attention, so Villese thought he
Yeah.
had an easy kill there. That was
He's
impressive.
sending the villagers forward now. He's gonna go for a castle. Do you make it on this beautiful? That's just a beautiful hill, isn't it? It's a little too far from Valesa's base.
Yeah.
But with Ghoulems on the map, I don't know if you can justify going super far forward. Yeah, he's gonna make it on top there.
Neutral areas are going to have the large hills. You see it on the left. You see it on the right. There's also
It's just
normally one
perfect for
towards
a
the middle.
castle.
Yeah, the only thing it's missing is a big gold or stone on it, but I still think it's amazing as the Britons, because in the Imperial Age, this hill's going to give you a lot to range from.
Don't attack the Scorpion with your skirms. You got to be attacking those crossbows, my dude. And he backs away from this. He sees the castle foundation. He's building up the Ghoulems. They create pretty quickly. He's already got 5 of them. Still no second armor upgrade, though, which really matters.
No ballistics for Vinch. Vinch sees the siege.
Vinch?
The anti-micro. Oh,
Like,
man.
if Alessa had got at the big group there,
He would have
Vinch
nailed
actually
him.
would have lost some. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
He just
Shot at the
expected a
singular
split
crossbow.
micro, as I think I would as well, and just fired to the side.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to see what the Ghoulems can do. That castle is going to be a fantastic position for Vinchester to retreat to. But if he gets too far away from that with the crossbows and he loses them before Imperial Age, it could be a big, big problem for him.
No ballistics really bothers me right now. I feel like that you have to get as much value from your crossbows as possible, but he is falling back to the hill, and the castle fire is proving to really help out here.
Here come
the
the
Ghoulems are
Ghoulems.
going to dive. Vinchester
And they're going to
needs to
destroy.
get to that castle
They're going
right
to
now.
absolutely destroy, dude. Absolutely wreck. Lots
Wow.
of crossbow deaths here.
2 minutes away from
Vinchester
Imp
making
is
his way up
Winchester.
there.
He's getting
Only 9
ballistics. He's going
crossbows,
into
though.
stables, Dave. Do you go light cav, or do you go cavalier here? I personally think light cav, because you don't want to make cavalier as the Britons. Not against a camel civilization in my eyes.
There's the stone wall you were talking about from Vinchester. In
Little
front of that
late.
gold, he's going to back away with the villager. Valessa, does he see the stone wall? He sees the edge of that stone wall. He knows he's denied it. He's going to loop around with the Ghoulems. He stopped Ghoulam production, and he's on the way to Imperial Age soon now.
I wonder if Vinchester has gotten one too many steps ahead of himself here, because if he places the original castle where he just tries to wall, he can really never be raided. Not never, but you know what I mean. And then his next castle could have been in the middle. If he has to react constantly to this, I could see Velez then constantly pushing that middle castle with some Trebs or bomber cannons. But
So-
it's complicated, man. It's really tough to say.
He's terrified of the Ghoulems, clearly, because he hasn't been going into any further crossbows. And he's teching into stables now.
Which he has
Hindustanis
hidden.
have an answer to the stables in the stables of their own and the camels. He could go champion, but Hindustanis also have a really good answer to that in the hand cannons, right? So it's an interesting civ matchup, and I think the key here for Vinchester is hiding the cav switch until you're ready to push,
Yeah.
because it's going to take time for Valessa to tech into camels.
At this point, I think I would be able to pick up on it if I'm Veleza. You don't see Arbalest right away. I think as well, if I go to his point of view... No, he didn't actually spot the stable, so maybe I'm wrong. But I love the castle in the south for Veleza, securing the extra golds. No one has any relics yet. But David is still Ghulam commitment. So if this Cavalier switch is more than like 15, if it's a surprise of 20 to 25 Cavaliers, it could actually end the game here.
Yep.
A lot of exposed
it's-
golds.
It's 2 in the queues.
Oh, that castle
don't
for
know,
Finch.
bro.
What is that
I know, man.
castle?
I know.
He
Is
doesn't have the
Valessa gonna
control
see
yet.
that?
That's my problem. Is he has these forward castles, but he doesn't have an army to push with it.
Valessa can't see it.
Yeah, not yet. You have to imagine he's gonna be making outposts there. He is actually sending a big ball of Ghulams to that right corner, and Vince just placed a TC on that gold.
And if Vinch wants to defend his eco from these Ghulams, I mean, he's completely open at home.
Yeah.
Valessa can just run in there. He's going to have to use those knights and the Cavaliers in defense, which he doesn't want to reveal yet. Where are the Cavaliers right now? I see 2 of them. Oh, they're in the castle.
Okay, yeah, hiding them a bit.
Elite Golem coming in right away for Valessa. Dude, this unit is so strong.
Oh,
It's so
it pains me so much. 2 forward castles and you're not fully stonewalled at home. But what do you think the opponent's
Yep.
going to do? They're going to counter you, and then you react,
Oh,
and then
God,
they can
and
push
you've
your
got-
castles.
You've got nothing, and we were talking about the Cavalier being the
A surprise
damaging unit.
factor.
Yeah, and now the Cavalier are going to be dealing with raids, which is not what you want. They will be doing well against the Ghulams.
Yeah, it's a
Ghulams
good choice.
struggle against cavalry.
Vinchester
still killing villagers, though. And Villese will find this castle, and he will be able to go into double treb from 2 castles to push this back.
Ghulams are not very good against melee units, but they are mobile, so I think the Cavalier choice is the correct choice. If it's a death ball situation on maybe Arena, you'd go Champion. Stonewall on the left for Vinchester's perfect. That should make life easier for him. He also is tracking the Ghulams on the right side, and honestly, Villese doesn't have that many, and he's going to click Pikemen here, Dave, instead of going for stable units.
And this Civ still has Halb. I believe in the user preview notes, they were taking that away in the next patch upcoming, but Hindustani still have Halb currently.
Yeah, so it's a good
and
play.
He's going to go into Halbs here.
Also, I think it's a really good nerf to the Hindustanis because they have to have like some level of weakness. They already do have camels against the Cavs, so forcing them into that removes this type of switch. But so far, I think if you start to see the Halb, you could make more archers as the Britons, so it might not be too bad for Vinch. He might be considering Warwolf here, Dave. He's got 2 Trebs. Could try and win the Treb war.
Trebs are really difficult when there's Ghulams to come in and snipe them, though. Same thing could be said with the Cavalier, however, and Villese is actually walling in front of his Trebs right now. He's waiting to get Blast Furnace, and the castle is still taking damage. Villese is now going to repair that. And he's still attacking the castle from Vinchester. It feels like this is just a Halb waiting room right now for Villese, though, before he dives on this, because there's not many range units behind this. More longbowmen being added. They'll do slightly better than the crossbows against Ghulams because they have more damage.
Dave, I
Actually,
think
they
Villese
won't.
is panicking.
Not yet.
I think Villese is panicking. He doesn't have many Halbs. He will lose his castle. I think if Vinch has the presence of mind to just dive right now, this could end the game. He might push to the other castle. That might be the safe long-term play. But this army's so much better for Vinchester.
Yep, and Villese's house, too. Needs to go for houses, and he makes houses forward. And if Vinchester sees that, if I'm Vinch, I'm targeting houses with my Trebs, no joke. Or the barracks to kill the momentum. As the Ghulams come in here and engage against the Cavalier, and that is not the unit that Villese wants to be engaging against with his Ghulams.
What a swing. It's 200 population versus 140. All the Trebs should be gone for Villese, and Vinchester, he might be sending himself to a 2-0 lead, in the finals here. He's even got longbows. The guy's making longbows. What is this confidence here, Vinchester?
Yeah, Villese missed the window there. I think he needed to keep repairing that castle. Just repair the hell out of that castle until you get Halb numbers. Because you can take care of the longbows with the Ghulams. You can take care of the Trebs with the Ghulams. The Cavalier are the issue. And he just didn't have enough there. And he's getting raided like crazy. Another castle will go down. He is getting some raids in Vinchester's base.
Yep, that could be bad. But Vinch notices, Dave. That's big.
I think the reason that Villese is still sticking around in this game is because he realizes Cavalier is not great with Britons. So if he ever stabilizes, it's not really a sustainable composition for Vinchester.
Yeah, makes sense. But with 0 relics, granted, it is also 0 for Vinchester. And going into primarily Halb when your opponent does have the long-range archers. Good job from Vinch to mix in some type of range with it, just in case, by the way. That's impressive. Vinch also didn't have any Imperial Age attack or armor upgrades on the Cav, so that really shows you how weak the Ghulams are against Cavalier. I don't know, 127 population. Like, you've now lost the additional golds.
Yep.
I'm sure he feels like this is over, but this is the grand final, and he didn't get here just by rolling over quietly. But his TCs will go down, his original farmland's going to go down, and...
Dude, what a window to exploit there from Vinchester with that Cav switch.
He also
what
hit
a
it.
window.
Like, he could have regretted all of his choices if he would have been raided to death, but I think he had enough of a force going. And I guess the forward castles, the in-your-face castles made sense. Like, again, I'm a defensive castle guy. I talk about it all the time with my casting, but Vinch just
Here come the Ghulams.
goes
There's
for
the
it.
Halbs. If this army goes down, those Trebs are all going to die. Got some more raids in the north, but the castle is there. And the longbows need to retreat. Halbs are dealing with the Cavalier. Ghulams are still being added, but only from one castle. Villese really needs a second one. He's down to 96 vills, but his worker efficiency is kind of tanked over the last few minutes as he has 27 villagers supervising a house.
I'm just laughing because look at what Vinchester sees right now. He sees nothing. He doesn't see a single
Yeah.
villager.
Yeah.
Now in the corner, he sees
It's
something.
a wasteland, bro.
Yeah.
It's a wasteland.
Well, clearly, Villese believes in the Gulam Halp combination as he continues to fight, but you should fight on until you know it's over. This is the finals. It's going to be an uphill battle for Villese to climb if Vinchester closes it out, but he's getting every upgrade he's been missing.
Vinch needs to delete some vills here.
Oh my
160
god.
with Britons. With Britons, bro.
Whoa, okay. Okay. And here I was
Chill.
impressed that he had just shot up to 200 pop. Yeah.
Also, what is Villese waiting for with the stone? He
Well,
needs more
you can't-
golems.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I feel like he needs a position, and so he's hoping he'll win a fight, and then he can castle a position to get more map, because even just more Gulams probably isn't going to do it. Got to be more than that here. And this is maybe the final fight. I'll be curious to see how this goes, because Halp Gulam should be good.
Yeah, it's just not enough Halbs. They're getting sniped down, so they can't deal with the Cavalier, and the Gulams really suck against the Cavalier.
Yeah.
He's calling the GG. The Gulams are so good. I question the micro on the initial engagement over on the right side from Villese, because he didn't send the Gulams through to target the range units.
Yeah.
And they just shredded his Halbs. He engaged against the Cavalier instead. And I think they're kind of like a Huskarl kind of deal where you just got to really target the range. But Vinchester, with the crazy switch into Cavalier, he knows the Civ matchup apparently. And there was probably 2-3 minutes that he needed to push within to get the victory. And he did it.
He made it
So
happen.
that was impressive.
If that doesn't work, Dave, he's gone forward with castles. His army's dying. Everything gets trapped back, and he has no defense, right?
Exactly.
So he really, I mean, he could have, with that back corner, instead of stonewalling there, he could have gone for castles on the hills. Now, I'll make a comparison. I think if Hera had beaten Vinchester, which he did not, it's a very Hera thing, or Viper thing, who are not in the finals to place castles on those hills. But Vinchester, he knew maybe that if that happened, that he'd be reacting too much. I love the FC choice as well, by the way. That's the first time I've seen Britons do that in Arabia so far in this event. And it just put Villese in a position constantly where he wasn't going on the offensive. It was the defensive. It started off with skirms, and then it had to be Gulams. And while he did get a few counters, it was never going to be enough. Dang, man.
See, I think Vinchester played that perfectly for his Civ, because I don't think Britons can play defensively there. I think they lose the Civ matchup in the late game. And Villese thinks that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Vinchester really exploited that, and that was awesome.
It's not Arena. It is Gold Rush. And we have two popular closed map civilizations, the Poles for Vinchester, and then the Burgundians for Villese.
Yep. And we are going to see some walls here, folks. We're going to see some full works. We're going to see some early eco upgrades. Strap in, because we have 20 probably minutes until we're seeing any sort of aggression, unless Vinchester wants to get a little bit crazy. I can't see Villese getting crazy with aggression here. He's probably just going to play his own game.
Yeah, I think going feudal is actually smart for both players, because their berries are awful. So both players are going to think that they need to at least open in Feudal Age, have a barracks prepared, and then if they don't see anything from the opponent, just maybe skip a stable or whatever.
Imagine needing berries as pulls.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, that's actually a really big deal, right? Because for any type of fast castle build, you will need that. And I also think it's fine for both civs to go feudal to be safe, because Burgundians, if they rush feudal, they can rush their Castle Age eco upgrades. And if Poles rush feudal, they can get their farm upgrades and then farm around their full works. So
This ostrich is trolling Vinchester. Okay.
I don't get it.
It's behaving now.
Okay, so I've been waiting a long time to tell you this. I need to vent. So you know how if you push a deer or an ostrich or whatever to a certain area and then you just don't do anything with it for a while, it'll run back to where it started?
Yep.
Okay, so I was starting on Arena like 3 weeks ago, and I pushed it like well past my TC because it was trolling me like that. So let's say it's near that southern straggler tree for Vinch. And I'm like, oh, guys, watch this. It'll just run right underneath my TC. So I don't even bring any sheep under or anything. It's like 20 tiles away. The guy freaking stood there for 3 minutes, man. it just stood there. I was so annoyed. And I just needed to tell somebody.
That's why you got to go out and shoot it once. Set an example, you know.
It's true. True. Well, houses for Villese, already thinking creatively on how to play defensive. That will protect his stone. And while he doesn't receive gold income when he's mining stone, I think going to stone is huge because the Coustier is a tough unit to stop, and I think that might be one of the go-tos against the Poles here.
Cheap Cavalier is also a tough unit to stop. So we'll see who has the advantage. We'll see who wins the middle. I would favor the Poles in the middle battle over the Burgundians, but Coustier or coming in and sniping Trebs can be very annoying, or bombard cannons for that matter. Very, very annoying. And we see the wall-off already from Vinchester. Wall-off is already starting from Villese. One thing I also don't like about pushing in zebra or ostrich or deer or whatnot, as soon as you get them near a house, dude, they just go nuts.
Yep.
They go absolutely ballistic.
That
Very
or a straggler
frustrating.
tree. I don't know what it is. I have asked the devs before. I said, like, is there anything about deer being next to trees that makes them want to return home? And the answer was no. So maybe it's just not our day.
They don't understand the pathing, though. Nobody understands the pathing.
True.
Developers who work with this game for many years do not understand the pathing. They will make a completely unrelated change, and the pathing will be affected.
Yeah.
Something completely underrated, like a waypoint change.
Yeah.
It's so random.
Yeah. That's true. I was trying to avoid calling that out, but here's my question: is Vinchester just going to straight up not take his berries here? Because I don't think that's a good idea. I think you still need to take your berries here, Vinch.
These poles.
Oh, wait, he's using his barracks as a second Dark Age building, so he can go up without the mill.
Without the full work. What? Is he gonna go for the? He shows that. Oh, we've evolved in the meta here. We've evolved. That's it. If Villese sees that barracks, he's gonna go for a 0 militia drush. Villese?
Sorry, I'm laughing because Robo David's returned.
I want you to. Oh.
Can you say something
Right
like
as I say we've evolved, that's when
Yes.
we've evolved.
Can you please sound like an alien? Just say alien things for like 10 seconds. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Beep boop bop, beep boop bop, beep boop bop bop.
Thank
Beep
you.
boop bop bop.
Dude, I'd be so confused if I were Villese right now. Wait, he doesn't even see the berries. He doesn't see the
Exactly.
barracks and he doesn't see the berries.
Exactly, bro. Vinchester's trying to mind game him with the 0 militia drush, and it's not working because its opponent isn't good enough to scout it. Okay, there we go. Now Villese sees it, and he's gonna panic. He's gonna be like, "Wait, what's going on?"
Okay, but on a serious note, it's not like Villese didn't wall a lot, right? So I think maybe if Vinchester had scouted that northern wood line, he could have walled diagonally and still included his berries. But this is the first for me. I have not seen the Poles try and go for the farm boom without taking any berries, so I'll be interested to see what the uptime will look like here.
I love these trees on this map. It's just tree bracket dragon.
Yeah, true.
I am Dave bracket tiger. I'm fierce, man.
Dragon trees.
Yeah.
Well,
They call me dragon.
that's a lot of walling for Villese, but look at him in Feudal Age. Again, it's safe, because if they were to tower rush you now, you could make a defensive tower if you're in Feudal, and you're spamming those eco upgrades like you want to anyways. Stable, though, for Vinchester. It still kind of bothers me. I feel like if he feels like he needs the berries, though, he could just walk out there and take them later. There'll be nothing from his opponent here.
Villese is already thinking, where the hell are those militia?
Right?
Where are they?
Dude, I would be too. And I'd also be, he probably has already done this, but I would double check and triple check holes in walls just to make sure. But yeah, he's not a player who usually has holes in walls. He's always very calculated in how he plays it. We've seen games where players would just go for the barracks and then add a spearman to lure up the lions or whatever. So I don't even think he'll expect scouts, honestly.
Okay, Villese already has both his Castle Age eco upgrades. Vinchester already with the full work there. And Vinchester is going out to the stone already, and he's going to be gathering his gold from the stone. I hate how it's an instant injection. It should be dropped off as soon as they drop off the stone.
I know. It should be just like when you drop off the stone, right?
Yeah.
I agree with you there. Villese getting the hit. Okay, so but Villese is thinking this is his only scout. So I'm good. Why is he taking this fight? And now he'll see this. And I don't think he'll be upset at all, but He now has an idea that, oh, scouts have been created. That's weird. So he didn't take his berries, and he's spending food on scouts. I'd be rejoicing right now. I'm like, thank you. He's able to take his berries, has his Castle Age eco upgrades. I just want to see him go to stone, man. I honestly feel like you could open knights, but why, when you have walls, would you open with anything else than the unique unit?
Yep. Villese knows best, though. He's going to go out to stone now, right? Nope. Was a miner for a second.
He's got a barracks now, which maybe thinks my theory's incorrect. Because that normally means stable follow-up, which you don't necessarily need if you go for a castle unit. But maybe the barracks is just so he doesn't lose his scout control and he wants to add spears. Oh, okay,
Maybe.
Here's the play. You ready? You round up all the lions and you drop it on the berries. Just in case. I got real excited about that. He'll probably never take him, but still, do something.
Why
with
would
it.
you take the berries at this point when you have the full works in the back?
Because it's free food, man. But this is showing me,
Yep.
I knew the full works were strong, but the fact that you could just completely skip a resource that everyone else needs to take and then still be somewhat okay here is wild to me.
Exactly.
Ooh, and the micro
Nice.
there,
Spearman
too.
getting value. Let's go. Villese does lose his scout, which isn't great, but he takes the scout from Vinchester with him. Now he's going for a stable. Vinchester saw the barracks, of course, because he saw the spearman hit his scout, and he also saw the stable foundation, I believe, from
Yep,
Villese.
he
So he'll know that it's going to be either more scouts or some knights along the way. How much that actually influences his decisions, I don't know. And let's see who's got the better boom. Well, both players, very similar resources. Vinchester lacking some gold, but Villese lacking some food.
I have to say, even though he doesn't have the full work farming economy, the farms are perfect for Villese. If he were to get attacked by range units, he doesn't have farms around the mill right now. He doesn't need that. Stone mining on the way. The one lady's kind of trapped in there. She doesn't seem too happy about that. She's like, whoa, she's holding the stone, and she also has... I guess they
The
always
pickaxe.
hold the stone in the pickaxe.
Yeah, they always hold the pickaxe.
Why
yeah.
did I never notice that until now?
I don't know.
I guess they never... I don't know. Anyways, so that's...
They really
that's-
don't lift with their knees, though. They lift in with their back, which is kind of bad form.
It is. But have you seen these guys? They're shredded, dude.
They don't, yeah.
I can't...
To be
I
honest,
won't be
though,
that
they
guy. I
don't-
can't give them advice.
They don't survive very long. So.
True.
I
Yeah,
don't
they
know
might
about
as well just
lingering issues.
shred their back.
Exactly.
If you're the Burgundians, though, you might want to take care of your back because you might be a Flemish militia later on in life. So
Maybe.
be careful. I don't know if they have any choice in anything that they say or do, though. So here's my question to you, Dave. Moment of truth is in 60 seconds. Do we see instant castle from both players? Do we see the TCs first? What's the deal? I think there's lots of reasons to go for the instant castle if you're Villese, because you can make your unique unit. But if I'm Vinchester, I'd probably just opt for the TCs.
Yeah. In Vinchester, it's not like... So Vinchester has a longer time limit than many civs do on Gold Rush, right? They can only rely on the 2 golds
Yep.
in their own base, or the 2 golds that they have outside of the middle. Poles, they can gain gold from the stones, so they have a little bit of an extra time window to boom up. And he's going to go for a couple extra TCs. There's going to be one on the stone over there, and likely another one on the other stone on the other side. And they'll get more full works up and start booming. Villese, on the other hand, feels safe enough to go for a castle in front of his base, and there's no threat to these villas whatsoever.
And his eco will be wild here. So he could add the TC on one of his wood lines right now, Villese. Yep, okay. I actually hate that TC, though, because he won't have farm space. But whatever. And then he could also build the next TC with the villagers building
In
the
the middle.
castle in the middle.
Yep. And he's going for the spearman rush. Lions are chasing. He's bringing him back to the cat.
Wait,
Bring him back to your
don't-
villagers. Wow.
Don't save the
Okay.
spearman.
It's valuable, dude.
I think he's realized that he needs to delay, I guess. He would shoot these with the castle.
Go soak up some more lions. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, there he goes. No, don't.
Well, if he wants to drop a TC there, he's
Yeah,
gonna have to. But,
I know.
Like,
It's so
can't you bring those
smart.
forward?
Yeah, it's so smart. But
No, this seems inhumane.
the saddest part about the whole thing is how long the mains are laying on the ground as a constant reminder that all the lions died. The bodies, they disintegrate quite quickly, but the mains they stick with me, man. Okay,
Yep.
where is he going? So he's TCing way over to the right. So not TCing the middle. 4 TCs wouldn't be
stone.
that crazy, but that is a little exposed.
Let's check the eco here. Check it in capture age. And Vinchester's actually ahead in resources gathered. Wood and food.
Without his freaking berries, man. Screw the berries.
And he's
he
ahead
needs
by
it.
like 1,000 too.
Yeah,
So
that's wild.
that is crazy. And he just got those TCs up. And he's only one villager in front.
The devs really went crazy. These guys are from the same expansion, I think, right?
Yeah.
The Lords of the West or Dawn of the Dukes, one of those two. Anyways, they went crazy with the eco with these divs. My God. But the units are very different. Well, they are and they're not. So I would say the Burgundians have the stronger peak as they get full blacksmith upgrades and the Poles do not. But the Poles, they can last longer. They could make Cavalier that is 60% off combined with a unique unit, which is pretty cheap as well.
They're from different DLCs.
Are
Get
they?
it right. Yeah.
Poles. Oh, it was Burgundians,
Burgundians-
Bohemians, and then Poles
No,
and
Burgundian-
Sicilians.
Burgundian Sicilian. Or no.
I think you're right. I think it's
Burgundians with
Sicilians.
Sicilians. Poles were with Bohemians.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Glad we got that clarified.
Dude, like, the problem is that our chats who's roasting me. I don't know if yours is roasting you.
I
but
never get roasted. I'd never done anything
Yeah.
roast worthy. What are you talking about?
Never. They don't realize that we've been through so many changes with this game. Like,
They
it's
don't
hard-
know.
It's hard to keep track. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, it's so difficult. I've been playing this game for like 20 years.
Yeah.
So
Also,
difficult to keep
we're
track.
involved in some of the conversations on what may or may not happen. So it's
Oh,
like,
dude, that
I
makes things
forget.
so confusing. Yeah.
Sometimes
Like,
I'll say
when-
like this is the case, and I'm like, wait a second, is that
Yeah.
happening or
I'll-
not? Ah.
I'll say like, oh, they've changed that, and it hasn't even been done yet. It's like, oh god.
NDA broken.
Yeah.
Well, 60 vills for both, and I see no sign that Villese is not going to get the relics right now. But there is some night production for Vinchester. I didn't actually notice it because we were too busy talking about other things. But I assume he got the unique tech, right? Because
Slokta? I don't think so.
feels
I don't
weird to
know.
make knights if he didn't get that tech yet.
Did he? Guys, chat.
Yeah, someone tell us.
He did. He did.
Okay, yeah, people are making
yeah,
archery
he
range jokes now, so thanks for that.
And did Villese get vineyards?
No,
he might
no,
have.
He wouldn't have that now. It is
Look
very
at the
strong,
amount
but
of
I
gold
think it's
income.
pretty
Look at the amount of
expensive.
gold income for him. He didn't?
Got 2 relics.
I guess he didn't.
I don't think he did yet. No, I forget
Mm-hmm.
the cost of it, but I think that's something that we're not even seeing in Castle Age these days. They will always delay that until.
I'm being told he
Mid-Imperial
got it.
Did he? What? Okay. Well, thank
Yeah, it
God
doesn't
we're
make
not
sense
recording
that
this
the
for.
relics.
Thank God this isn't like a
Because
YouTube
it's not
only
consistent.
Cast,
Like, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. Shameless shambles cast from both of us. But he is getting the relics in. He's going to get food and gold from that.
right? Hey, speak for yourself. You know you're the one that's supposed to talk about the techs, all right?
No, what?
Yeah.
No.
I thought that was established.
Bro, I didn't even know how much an archer costs until like a couple months ago.
Okay, all right, we're good. We're good. Here come the knights, and I love how it's a big surprise. You know, like he didn't show much. He shows up with a bunch of them. I'm sure that his opponent's expecting something, but not this many. And Villese sees it and go right to the middle hill. Go right to the middle hill, Finch. This timing's so important.
But that castle's at 77. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late.
Ooh,
It's too late.
That timing, though, it reminds me of Villese versus Viper with the crucial castle timing with the Byzantines.
Yep.
He's got the same thing with the Burgundians now.
And Villese can click up. There it is. Villese is going to have that good position once again. This is very familiar to him. So it's going to be Castilier versus Cheap Knights. And it will result in a Treb War.
But you know what's not so good for Villese right now is that he will have to decide between making units and making trebs. And Vinchester will not have that.
No, Vinchester can just make units and then make whatever else he needs because the units are so cheap.
And out of the stables.
Yeah.
I mean, we should be seeing barracks right now. Or maybe that 3rd or 4th castle for Villese. He's got 1,200 stone. Also, great defense. He seemed to notice on both sides that the scouts were out there for Vinchester trying to deny the relics.
Wonder where you put this other castle. Can you squeeze another one on that main hill? Who knows? He's going to find the castle now from Vinchester, and he's going to find these extra villagers. Doesn't want to take any damage from that. He'll see the knights now coming in from Vinch on the other side. Going to wall that quick. He's got to wall that quick. House.
Yep.
Oh, she's a hero. She's a hero.
Well done. And hey, this is the lady who doesn't lift with her knees. So
That's right.
yeah, Coustier should be able to clear this. Their first attack is much stronger than a knight. And it's just the numbers that will really be the talking point here. And it's 15 right now for Villese. It's 25 for Vinch. Vinch needs to spam more, get more stables up. And he's taking the fight, actually. I'm not sure if this will be good for him, but it's not looking too bad so far anyways.
He's also quietly brought in all 5 relics.
Yeah, Villese is going to have him in the
now
middle,
he's
though.
going to have tons of access to gold here in the middle, but it's the food as well from those relics that's going to matter. The constant income.
You're
nice.
just casually getting food from your relics and gold from your farms and can get your eco upgrades an age earlier and have a unit with charge attack.
Sounds like you got a problem, bro.
Yeah, I mean, at least they're getting a 10% nerf.
Oh,
from their
those
eco
house
upgrades.
walls. Oh my god, just in time. Knights are still being annoying, and there's a second castle from Vinchester going up in this middle area. Villese is an Imperial Age. Vinchester has to wait 20 seconds. Villese going for 1 treb only. Doesn't have the wood.
Yeah.
House walls cost him. The house walls cost him, and look at this. The Knights and the Lions coming into Villese's eco on the right side.
Wow.
Big rush here.
Dude, I mean, Vinch, it felt like that attack was a fight that he could possibly lose, right? And it's a risk before Imp. But in his situation, he wants to weaken those numbers, lessen those numbers for his opponent, because he felt his opponent might have been Imp faster here. And the sides are so vulnerable, Dave. The middle is obviously going to be the big focus, but the sides are vulnerable for both players, more so Villese.
You need
More
to drop a
stables for Vinch
castle
now.
over there, I think. Castles are important on the middle, but I think you need to drop a castle on one of the sides too.
Yeah.
Just to help defend. If nowhere else, for somewhere to hide for the villagers, right? We have the Halberdier tech coming in now from Villese, but the Trebs are already out from Vinchester, so the early Imperial Age doesn't matter here. Villese goes for a 3rd castle on the middle, and now he's going to start moving Trebs out. He didn't have a wood initially in Imperial Age because of those house walls, and that cost him the momentum there with those Trebs.
I think the other issue with wood is if you're trying to make halbs, you need a whole lot of it here. And he's housed at the moment. Big group of Cavalier comes in. If Vinchester wins this game, he is in a perfect position to win these finals. He just goes right for the town center. And look in front of his castles. He's got more. 49 Cavalier, 10 in queue, and he's making his unique unit right now. And I love the house walls around the trebuchets. He knows his opponent will have to come out there and deal with that.
And we saw Viper with Sicilians earlier. As soon as he saw Villese get some Obuk on the field, he just quit out. He
just
called
quit.
the GG.
He said, "See ya."
He couldn't deal with it with his Halbs. Of course, he was going for Cavalier and Halb, where we got Castilier here for Villese, which should deal with them a little bit better. Villese is still trying to hold on to that castle, and he does have 800 stone. He's sending more villagers. He might be able to hold this.
Oh, the Halbs will get their best fight possible.
Huge
They're
fight.
all on the hill. All those Halbs and
massive fight.
Coustier are on the hill. But
Look
Vinchester
behind,
has...
Vinchester coming in from behind, but still, that's a line of dead bodies for Vinch. Oh my goodness, the Halb's shredding.
But at the same time, the castle falls for Villese, and there's still more numbers here for Vinchester, including his unique unit, which will shred the Halbs.
This should be it.
There needs to be a castle right now on that hill if you're Vinch. Follow it up, just in case you lose this control. Follow it up with a castle right in the same spot.
He also forgot about his other army on the right side. Thank you, Chatter. He
Oh,
forgot about
God,
his other
yeah, he
army,
did.
bro. He's so under pressure right now.
Oh, Dave, and the Trebs are here too. 4 Trebs, it's perfect. It's 42 army versus 44, but yeah, 20 of that army is sitting next to the lion on the right. If this castle goes up, I believe it stays up forever.
Oh, the Trebs might die. Sniping the Trebs will be nice here. It's a momentum killer for sure.
Trying his
But
best.
the Cavalier are blocking. Vinchester blocking so
Wow.
well. Oh my god.
This is sick,
That
man.
block was insane, bro.
And
that
it
block
forces
was
the GG.
insane.
For Veleza's
Wow.
mental state, I hope he doesn't look around the map. I hope he just leaves, because if he sees those Kusti on the right, he might be kicking himself. Now, it was only 12, but that fight
still
was so 50-50 in the middle that maybe that could have swung it a little bit.
And imagine if those were back defending against the Cavalier, even between your two castles. Yeah.
It feels like a theme where we say, oh, Veleza could have maybe done this. And the reason this is a theme, and the reason this happened when Vinchester played Nikov and when Vinchester played Hera in the semis, is because Vinchester knows how to take control of freaking games, man. The raids on the side, that's what started it all. The reason he has the center is because he didn't go to the center with everything he needed. I think had he done that, it would have been a more straightforward fight for the Finn. Vinchester's up 3-0 in a best of 7. He needs one win in the next 4 to be the final, the champion. Sorry, not the finalist. Dang,
Dude, I hope Veleza isn't getting too much in his own head right now, because I think he played that. He played that pretty well. Vinchester just approached it a little bit better with the pulls and really used his mobility and numbers advantage with the Cavalier.
I
the
don't
Relics
know.
didn't really have time to make a difference there for Veleza, and he just was too slow with the trebs too.
Yeah, I think honestly having to go for your unique unit cost him there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good unit, don't get me wrong. And I think building up to the castle in early Castle Age was smart. But maybe you have to go for stables. I don't know though, because then you build up so many farms, and then you have to have
Maybe you
like
just go
1,500 wood for 6 or 7 stables.
Who knows? Maybe just go straight Pike Halb.
Straight Halb and hand cannon maybe, and just
Yeah, and
use
then
the
you can make your
castles.
way into Castilia, because you're going to be making the castles anyway. But it's going to be tough regardless,
It's
right? If
tricky.
you go Halb, Vinch still runs in circles around you,
Mm-hmm.
right? And he can add in the Obuk. He can add in, as soon as he sees the Halb, he can add in archer ranges. You know, it's kind of, it's difficult.
But like, how many did he create that game? Okay, so he didn't make more than 59 Kustier, but Vinchester made 72 Cavalier. He made more Cavalier than Halbs, by the way, which no call scold. That 60% discount, combined with the Polish economy, is no joke. Oh, by the way, this joke should have been made earlier, because the current scoreline certainly doesn't make this. It's not quite as exciting, but someone said instead of calling Velez Metaman, we should call him the Finisher. The Finisher.
I like that.
Yeah, the Finisher. It's awesome.
Really not applicable right
It's
now.
not applicable.
But,
No, he's currently being finished, but it's a
no.
good name for him.
Yeah.
Here we are, Dave. Game 4, Veleza going for the Italians. Lovely civil in this map. Surprised we haven't seen it more. Cheaper fishing ships, cheaper dock techs, cheaper to go up to each age. That alone puts it in the top 5, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Malians. Again, a civ we could have seen more. They save resources on all their wood buildings, which leads to them being very flexible.
Very flexible, but if anything, they're maybe a little bit too flexible. And ever since they lost that gold mining boost that they had, they have longer lasting gold now, which just
It's
doesn't...
just so bad. It's
it's
the civ's not great
like
in late game anyways, so
Malians is a civ you want to finish things fast, usually in Castle Age or maybe like Fast Imperial or something like that.
yep.
And having them have a late game bonus just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And ever since they've gotten that bonus changed, we've seen their usage kind of fall off a little bit.
Yep. Bohemians stole it, but maybe they'll get something else at some point. I think there are a lot of power spikes that you can take advantage of with the Malians, but I think the Italians kind of have better bonuses here. Like, cheaper to go to the next stage is fantastic. One person has the faster researching university techs, the Malians, but Italians actually have the cheaper university techs, which I guess it depends on the timing and whatnot, but that feels a little better. It clearly has to be a win. Obviously, score line is 3-0 right now, but I do think Civ-wise, if anyone out there feels as though any of these wins for Vinchester were Civ wins, which I disagree with, this is a better Civ matchup for the Italians, and Velez needs to take advantage.
Yep. Vinchester's going to find these geese that were heading back. He'll find at least one, a goose. And he did take a hit from Veleza's scout earlier. So Veleza is scouting that pond on the left side. If he were to engage 1v1 on flat ground, he would lose that engagement. So that's a good little boost for Veleza earlier, or early, and Villese is now going for a dock on the right corner pond. There's the dock in the top pond for Vinch.
Okay, so Finch did get his dock down much faster, because it is cheaper to do so. Early bonus for him there. The golds for Vinchester could be really problematic. Now, there's a lot of things to focus on, but
Yeah,
hill
this forward one
right
is
in front of
ugly.
your gold, yeah,
Yeah,
would be tough.
And then the other gold behind a wood line, and the other gold off to the side behind a wood line. Very, very difficult for him. There's no real potential. Even MBL, I think, would mentally struggle to come up with a wall that suits this gold in the front.
That could affect your strategy choice too, right? If your opponent were to get to archers faster than you, you might just be pushed off gold. So, considering Vinchester hasn't found where his opponent is docked yet, I would lean towards Vinchester probably playing into some type of land army and just trying to defend his water.
He's looking. He is looking. He sees that stone over there, so he has to know it's the dock in the right. Right?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you saw the 5-tile stone?
actually, that's an
or
additional
no, all the
5-tile stone.
neutrals are... Yeah, I guess so.
I actually never really... We put a lot of focus into spreading the golds out with the 2 tiles, but I guess that's
Never
true.
thought about the stones, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, we've got... That would be confusing for me anyways, so that's maybe something we should tweak for the next season. Well, neither player has located the enemy docks. Villese tried...
Finch is housed again.
Ooh, but he's going to click up. He's going to click up.
Yeah, he's housed on a fishing ship. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. Both players on the way up. Is faster for Villese, who is not building a barracks. He's sending a lot to wood. Normally, you're going to see villagers go to golds if he's going to go for some type of water play. Wait, is he sending a vill to the left corner? Is he assuming that Vinchester has docked that side?
No, he already scouted that side. He already scouted
Well, he
that
didn't
side.
scout all of it, though. Like, he scouted enough where he might think...
No, but he knows where Vinchester's base is, and he sees the wall off. He can't assume.
Well, what
He
he might...
can't assume.
What he might do is he might just try and fish over there then, but it's weird to me how he's going that far.
It might be also him trying to sneak into the back of Vinchester's base. Maybe if he thinks there's an opening back there.
Did see
No,
the vills
he's
on the
heading right
gold.
towards this pawn. He's heading right towards this pawn. He's checking the
Ooh.
gold again at the front.
He didn't
And
actually
both
see
players-
the vills there, though.
Ooh.
He just saw the gold, and he didn't see the vills on the second run pass. I think he's bringing
Interesting.
his scout to see if Vinchester's going to sneak a vill onto his pond.
Yep. Which Vinchester is not going to do, but both players making a beeline for this pawn to the left. That's so funny, dude.
Yeah, watch them
Villese
find
is
the
like,
same
surely
spot.
I'll be safe over here. Yeah.
I mean,
Villese is going to look for his shorefish and find one over here, so he won't be within sight of Vinchester.
I don't fully understand going over here if you have the southernmost pond, but it's not bad. Especially if he can contest it. And now he sees the villagers are on gold, and he goes in for a villager here. But he's not going to force it. These geese have changed sides. They're playing Duck, Duck, Goose right now. They've changed sides a million times. Vinchester will be happy to have the scout lead.
Villese doesn't have enough wood for that dock. Malian's OP. And Vinchester immediately goes for a fire galley over there, too.
Okay, so Vinch must know that possibility's there. I would just be a little confused right now if I'm Vinch because you didn't see if your opponent was on gold. Okay, did he see the barracks? No, he didn't see that either.
Ooh, Villese is housed. Yikes.
Messy. It's been a long day, right? They had a 2-hour
Yep.
break before their first semi, or before each respective semi, as they played at the same time. But this is something Vinchester's going to have to deal with. Yes, he could, in theory, have the lead on water, but now he not only sees the
And
barracks,
now he sees the
but
range.
the
Yep.
range too. He also sees the dock. For his
Oh, man.
opponent.
Things are not going well for Villese here so far. I mean, he hasn't really lost anything, but Vinch seems to have all the information that he needs. And Villese isn't really on time with any of his pressure. He wasn't on time with that dock. He's certainly not going to be on time with this archer because the tower is already up there from Vinchester. That tower bugs me. It really does.
I don't mind the tower, but he got housed again. So this is maybe the long day has caught up with both of them here as they've both gotten housed in this one. But also, to be fair, it's so much easier to get housed because they're producing out of the TCs, docks,
And the docks.
and the
Yep.
production buildings. So it's much harder to accomplish everything you want.
Another dock in the south.
Ooh, what do you think about what Velez is doing here? He placed a tower foundation. Here he comes. I actually like this a lot because he scouted the map pretty thoroughly and knows where the other golds are.
And that's part of the reason I don't like that tower. Not only does
I
it
see.
block
Yep.
the gold, it blocks the villagers dropping off the gold. We can see it right now, but you can also range the gold from this side.
Yeah.
If you put the tower in front, you can wall on the side from the palisade wall, and the TC protects it from the back.
Villager in the south right now for Velez. I love how he's guarding that villager. And he will see the dock from the enemy. And so he will go to compete for water there.
Fire galley coming out, though. And 3 fire galleys in the north from Vinchester. He doesn't even have any fish up there. He's just contesting it. He sees the tower foundation. Can't do anything about it from Villese right now. Villese is going to cut him off this gold. So he's identified that as one of his win conditions, cutting Vinchester off of that gold, at least early in the game.
Yeah, I mean,
Sees the other 2 golds on each side of Vinchester's base as well. So he's got full vision on the gold situation from his enemy.
If you think about how much Vinch has invested into water, he hasn't killed anything, right? Like he's competing for a future pawn, but he does not killed anything.
I love this from Villese so much. He's just keeping that 1 fire galley in the dock in the west. He had another fire galley queued, but he's just keeping that flag up there. He actually unqueued it. And Vinchester is making another fire galley, so he's just overcommitting.
Also, he walled in the tower. He knows his opponent is off of gold there. Vinchester's going to fall back to the stone.
And Barry's being harassed. Actually, a really good recovery here from Villese, considering that he didn't get anything on the pawn on the left, and his archer range was found early.
Yeah, no fletching for Vinch. Vinch is going to struggle to get fletching and then also get to Castle Age. We know it's cheaper for the Italians. Wall off, nice and casual here for Villese on the right. And I would love to see him shift his focus towards the southernmost pond in Castle Age because his dock techs are cheaper, and there's a second
Got
dock.
2 docks.
This is perfect.
Really, really good approach here from Villese. I was kind of questioning it earlier. Like, Vinchester had so much information on what he's going to do, but Villese taking advantage of the bad gold from Vinchester. And he's in a really good position, and Vinch now has to go to a market and go to stone. He's probably going to have to sell his stone for gold. That's going to be his gold collection strategy right now.
He also has to sell, like, pretty much all of it to get enough gold to go Castle Age.
Mm-hmm.
But Dave, I get it because, like, it was very deceiving for us because we're thinking, what are players producing? And Villese was producing less on water than Vinchester. But I think just the fact that Vinchester and Villese have been competing for kind of a pawn that's only now brought some benefit to Vinch. Is the big difference there, whereas the archers obviously could do something on land. Dang. Okay, so I like the villagers on stone for Villese as well because he can recoup the cost of that tower. I have no clue what Vinch does here long-term besides a castle drop. People might laugh, but Backed actually beat Vinchester with the Gabetto. But it was, I think, Hindustanis for Vinchester when he lost, and Backed also had 3 pawns. So a very different situation here. It's tough for Vinch here, Dave. I'm struggling to find ways that he comes back in this game. 12 fishing ships is awesome, but what unit does he make if he can't take gold?
I really like the castle into faster Imperial Age if Vinchester is still off that gold for Villese. I like that. Italian Zimp is cheap. If you just hold the water here, still keep getting the food in from your fish. Actually, food is going to be an issue for Villese soon because he's got 9 fishing ships. This is the reason you don't make that many fishing ships in these ponds. You're going to have to start adding those traps in soon.
Well, he should be going to his dock. And that dock there should be researching War Galley. So went there. Now he clicks it. So now he should be like, oh, I need fish traps, and he could actually add some.
It's just the wood eco for that. It's very demanding.
He's going to... Well, I'm tempted to say he's going to destroy in the southern pond, but I'm not actually sure because the ships are going to eject before he gets his upgrades, I think.
Villese, I know you don't know, but you can just run under the TC.
Right.
Or if you make a siege workshop, make a siege tower.
Ooh, okay, so the upgrades came in at the perfect time down in the south, Dave. Big moment. The demos need to land for Vinch to have a chance at holding this.
Good demo rafts, but is it enough? That one was a big demo raft. Still, he's going to lose the fish. He still has 2 docks here, however. And he's in Castle Age now.
Here he goes, Dave. Here he goes. Here he goes. He thought about running under. Oh, man, but there was just enough around there.
Of course, it's not going to be a 1 TC in play from Villese. It's going to be a second TC and likely a third. We know he loves to have 3 TCs, and Vinchester is now shutting this gold down. Going to kill that tower with the castle on the main gold. So he ends up securing it at the end of the day, but Villese is still here with these crossbows. Oof.
Yeah, and I don't think the tower range helps enough here where this can go up before the siege arrives. But in the end, the siege is on the way. Dave, how do you feel about the tower? Sorry, your mic is muted.
I hate it.
Oh, okay.
I hate it.
I mean, it's painful. I'm sure Vinchester hates it too, if it makes you feel any better. I'm sure he's been kicking himself ever since he placed it. But look at this sneaky TC. Remember, Vinchester's had more fish. And so if he can get that castle up, which I believe he will do, and secure a gold, which he can do next to the castle and also the TC.
Nice demos from Vinch. I mean, demo rafts, then the demo right there, and he's going to clear up the water pressure in the south.
No way, man.
Villese invested a lot into trying to take that over, and it didn't even work for him.
Okay, villager goes down. KD's 10 to 10. This castle is still extremely awkward.
It's a weak fill on the castle there, Villese. I know you see that. I know you see that, buddy.
2 crossbows there, Dave, because he sent the others inside the tower. That's probably just because he wants to focus elsewhere. But yeah, he's just delaying it. And he is forcing repairs on the Mangonel, which does cost gold, by the way. And Vinch...
It's going to die, I think.
Oh, no way!
And now this castle is delayed even more. Oh, my God.
No!
Tower. Well, I love one tower. And I don't like the other.
Oh, dang, man. And he's never getting... He doesn't even want fletching now, because he's not going to make skirms. Okay.
I mean, Vinch does have access to gold on another side, so the gold isn't a massive issue in terms of income.
Yeah, you just can't make anything of value.
Yeah.
Just freaking annoying. Like, at this point, Villese... I had concerns because of the lack of fish, but now that he's been on 3 TCs and he's been untouched for so long, he should gain a pretty massive advantage with the economy.
Bro, Villese, not joking here, make a siege tower.
Dude, siege... What does he even siege over with the siege tower? He could vroom in.
Run it into the... You just vroom in. Vroom. That's right. You just vroom in. What is there to stop it?
He'd be vrooming his way to getting swept.
He'd be vrooming his way to that wood line in the back, bro. I feel like you're disrespecting the siege tower.
Hey, man. I disrespected the siege tower, and then I saw Yo.
Yeah, it would have been a better argument to say he doesn't have any wood.
But he does have
wood. You're
wood.
Claiming that it's useless.
It's not useful.
It's not.
What's in between useless and useful?
Just
meh.
Used?
Yeah, that's what it would be. It would be created. It would exist.
It would exist.
What do you think about the lack of scouting on the right side right now for Villese? That's my concern.
I don't care about the lack of scouting. I care about the fact that Vinchester still doesn't have this goddamn castle up.
I'm sure.
This thing is like, what?
God,
Sending
man.
the same bills back, bro.
He's got it. 90%, 1 villager.
No, not with this bill. All of the initial bills die.
And then not another Mangonel goes down. Not another. No! No! Vinch! Finish it!
Okay. Oh, it goes up. It goes up. Okay.
Oh,
okay,
my
okay.
God.
Oh,
yeah, I guess it is really hard to talk about anything else when that's happening, but jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, there are more crossbows at home for Villese. He's going to drop a castle in the middle.
Lack of scouting. He's got a house there, dude. He's fine.
I think now we can see the Imperial Age, right? 82 eco versus 64. Vinch spent most of his time trying to deal with that.
Many people think that you need 2 buildings to go up to Imperial Age. Many people think that you need the resources. When you're Villese, you actually have a 3rd condition, which is 3 TC, and then you can go up to Imp.
That's true.
It's necessary.
I don't think he's ever gone Imp with less than 3.
I haven't seen it.
Now I'm thinking about it. We'll have to go fact check. I'm sure he has before. But it's so cheap
but
with
you
the
can't
Italians.
you can't think of a specific time, can you?
Well, it's a very specific thing as well, right? Like, that's not something I normally pay a ton of attention to. I have limited brain space, as you know, so it's hard for me. Also, just passing here, the skirmishers and the spearmen, they're like, we're free! We don't have to defend the castle anymore! And now they're dying. And I think Vinch is in big trouble, man. Genoese crossbowmen are going to shred the knights.
Yep.
Villese is
Or
on the way
just
to the
Arbalest.
Imperial Age.
Or just the upgraded Arbalest will also shred the Knights. And Villese still has 300 stone in the bank. He's going to be Imperial Age a lot sooner. Trebs attacking that castle that took, I mean,
Years to build.
It took 50 years to build. It's going to take 5 seconds to go down. And he almost has enough stone for another castle too. And there's a perfect hill to the front right of Vinchester's base.
There's a lot of
Over
perfect
there.
hills, honestly. There's a lot of places that can be taken. Dave, I think this is reverse sweep time. This is it. This is the start. We're going to be here for another 3 hours.
Oh my goodness.
Some
It's been
long
a long
games.
day.
Some long games,
Dude,
okay?
Yep.
Vinchester, this game, a little weird with that castle. Might start to affect him a bit. 17 fishing ships. Should feel confident with that. Then suddenly he gets rolled. Obviously, reverse sweep would be unprecedented, honestly, with how the series has gone so far. But it is one win at a time. Another castle should go up, Dave. Villese being very safe. This is probably the most boring of all the games because there's literally no way for Vinchester to win this right now. At least from what I can see. I mean, if he had the eco for champions, maybe.
Yeah, if he could make this messy, maybe, but Villese is doing the Villese thing, and he's walling off with houses on the left side, so he can't even raid in the back of his base.
Yep.
The fight in the front over the main gold is going to be so tough for Vinchester. He is going for a watchtower over by the secondary gold. He needs to expand to the gold to the left as
Vinchester's
well.
going
He just
for a
needs
tower.
other options.
He loves towers, man.
Yep.
Yeah, that tower tells me he thinks Arbalest will be coming in for his opponent, which is spot on. He will need a defense for that. Unfortunately, Villese is going to push right up the gut. First Trebuchet's on the way. Chemistry's on the way as well, which could lead to bombard cannons. And well, it's a 27 to 20 KD right now. Once the castle is gone, I'm not sure if Vinchester has a whole lot else here.
What's the percentage here? Tristan, I don't know if we want to curse it again.
Oh, the
What's
percentage on the
You
comeback
called-
potential?
Yeah.
5%.
You called Viper with
5%.
a 5% chance to lose. Oh, God.
With
If
how
we- if this
Vinchester's
happens-
playing, 5% is the
Yeah.
chance, I would say.
If Vinch manages to come back, all of Finland is going to be coming for you. You know that, right? As a unit.
Well, wait. Are we talking about the game or the series? Sorry. I'm saying, honestly.
The game.
Oh, the game.
Well, the game is the series for Villese.
Okay, true. Okay, I mean, the comeback potential is 1% for Vinchester. It's even less than that. I was saying that to reverse sweep and win 4 straight to win the final is 5% for Villese.
Okay, but is it more than that once Villese wins this game?
I still want to say 5%, but maybe I should be
that's
saying
the
a higher
correct
percentage.
answer. Good.
Yeah.
Because if you revise it after having a 1% and then changing the 5% to a higher value doesn't make much sense, you know?
Yeah, lots of percentages are being thrown around right now. But
You're confused.
There's
I understand.
yeah,
Okay, so the castle is going down.
chemistry's
After all
fast.
the effort to put it up.
Chemistry's really fast, so that's exciting. Malians can get bombard cannon right away. And he did make 3 siege workshops, which is epic because he needs the bombard cannons quick. He's got 5 in queue right now with nothing else.
Oh my god. He's adding the stables behind here. There's 2 arbalests just sitting right on those stables to the right. That's very annoying for Vinchester. And now he's going out to the goal, but look at what Villese is doing. He's going to sit there with an arbalest
Yeah,
on the
that's
left
smart.
side, and Vinchester can't go out there, and then Vinchester is still not taking the gold in the front. So he's going to have 6 bombard cannons as his gold units. And that's it.
Now also, we'll run out of stone while repairing this. There is 1 bombard cannon for Villese. He should have 2 soon, but he's not going to have 5. I guess there is no answer to bombard cannons if the bombard cannons are underneath the protection of a castle. I said 1%, I think. 5, 10, 120. I forget at this point, but Vinchester's trying. Hey, he's got the tower, Dave. Look at that tower go. This is
2
what
kills.
that tower was for. Let's go.
That's what he was thinking about when he placed it. I mean, he's going to run out of stone. Could have used that stone to repair the castle, maybe. He's
buying-
housed, and he's going to be Omega housed here once he loses that castle.
Well,
To be fair, if the castle goes down, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead because the bombard cannons will all end up going down to the ranged army. Yeah, he could back away. but you just need
I
to.
have not seen Elite Genoese Expo in a very long time. And we're seeing it here. Big shots, maybe from Vinchester. Only gets 1 unit there.
You can tell Villese
a couple
knows.
more here.
As he creeps forward, he's like, "This is all you have, right?" He's like, "I don't even care." A cav switch would be the killer blow here. It looks like Villese is thinking about it. Maybe he should play it safe and just back up for the time being. I love the fight from
Vinchester's
Vinch.
still housed.
Vinch could easily have just said, "Okay, well, I lost this one, but I'm up 3-1. Let's just go next." And he still continues to fight, which is sick.
Yep. And if those bomber cannons ever get close enough to the castle, they can like 3-shot that, I think, or something.
Also, Genoese crossbowmen have 1 less range than Arbalest, so it's actually even more awkward.
Villese on the way. Lots of armor on these bad boys.
Does that have a big effect against bomber cannons? I honestly don't know.
Probably not, but it does against like any sort of other switch, right? Like skirmisher switch or something like that. Or the TC fire or towers or other castles.
I love the Genoese crossbowman shield. And I love how when they fire, they set it up in front of them. We never get to see this unit, so we never get to appreciate it. Now, they're all dying, but it's pretty sick. Just needs light cav here. Light cav upgrade on the way for Villese. Taking his good old time. Vinchester, 125 pop. Still has 1 gold. You know what's actually benefiting Vinch right now is like the gold lasts longer. Because otherwise he would have been out.
Condos. Oh, perfect. Make some condos. Perfect.
Oh, God.
That's a lot of bombard cannons. And Villese is figuring that out right now. That there is a lot of bombard cannons. He's trying to push in. And the castle is kind of hurting him at the moment with these wood lines. I mean, it's hard for Vinch to push. It's kind of hard for Villese to move around, though. And he's going into condos, I believe. He's got a lot of barracks on the way. He's got so many stables. Look at the production building, production city here from Villese. He's just like,
he's angry.
Right, bro.
He's angry.
Time. Give me a couple minutes. We're gonna get the units onto the field. All right, just hold out here with your bombard cannons. That garbage, okay? And I'll be there in a second.
He has lost about 20 units. Maybe only killed 1 or 2 over the last couple minutes.
He's just buying himself time.
Yeah.
He's losing units in exchange for time. And now he's teched out of the condo switch, I guess, and he's just going pure Hussar. And what does Vinchester do against these Hussar?
Well, he will end up losing all of his cannons. Then he will lose access to the gold. And Vinchester will call the GG that we thought has been coming in for some time. He has to, right? The Genoese crossbowman can take care of everything else he's teched into. There it is.
There it is.
Reverse sweep time for Villese. He took early control in Castle Age, Dave, and my God, that castle.
Yep.
So painful for Vinchester.
Oh my God. I know there was other things going on. That's probably why he won the Southern Pawn, because he was so focused on that and not on the castle.
Yeah.
But he lost 2 mangonels. He lost like 6 villagers, all trying to defend this gold. The tower he put there, I wasn't a fan. I like the timing on the tower, but I wasn't a fan of the tower
position
itself.
was rough. Yeah.
And Villese basically punished that. He basically punished the map that Vinchester had, and Vinchester really didn't do himself any favors trying to secure the gold spots.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So,
I think if you have a gold like that, as I mentioned in Dark Age, I think you do have to open differently. Exactly. You have to play into archers yourself. That might have ended up working out a lot better because he wasn't ever contesting any fishing ships for Villese. But again, scores 3-1. Vinchester needs 1 more win out of 3 now to be the champion of the first season of Titans League. So we'll see. Berbers, Magyars. You could argue there's a counter pick at play here with the Berbers. And we've seen the Magyars here as well. I just can't keep thinking back to that game earlier today. The game earlier where Velez had Magyars and won a game that I thought was beyond his grasp. But we'll see if 5%. This series is beyond his grasp. He's the Berbers. I like the Berbers. They have their camels and camel archers. The Magyars can struggle. But it's not so simple on Jungle Swamp, Dave. Very open map here.
There is one very weird tile to the right of Velese's base. You see that relic to the right of his berries?
Oh, yeah, I see it.
What is that? It's a patch.
Yeah, but is it like a patch of a weird expired farm?
It's weird, isn't it? It's like a farm on water terrain. It's it's a sarlacc pit, maybe.
You could tell I haven't eaten anything, but it kind of makes me think of a waffle.
No, it makes me think of you know that cereal, Chex Mex
Ooh,
or Chex
yes.
Mex, I guess, but that's not the cereal. That's like the
The
snack.
Chex. Yeah, I get you. I get
Yeah,
you. I'm a big Chex
yeah.
Mix fan.
Oh
So
God,
one
you
of
would be.
those. I have a weird thing where anytime I travel, I always bring a bag of Chex Mix. Always.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's like it's such a dad thing to do. It's like I need my snack. My dad used to always bring the same snack on his any like type of travel. I always
What?
need Chex Mix with me. Yes. Very weird. And it's
Okay.
the only time I ever eat it too. Like I will never have it in the house, but I always get it right before I go on a flight.
That's so weird. Anyway, we've got the matchup here: Magyars against Berbers, and Villese managed to come back against Viper with Magyars. Viper with a dominant situation with the Saracens, way more Cav archers. Villese just had better Cav archers and had a better death ball than Viper could manage. Vinchester, though, with the Magyars against Berbers, it's a different story because Cav archers against Camel archers,
Mm-hmm.
if you let it go late, can be really tough.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough instances though where Magyars have their window. And when we interviewed Villese, he had said, I mean, he came back in that game, but he did say, which I thought was interesting because you and I thought the same. He said, I
Yep.
didn't do enough against
In
the
Feudal.
Viper in Feudal. Exactly. So he will probably be thinking, because he's on the other side of the coin now, play a bit defensive against Magyar scouts and then see what happens. I
Yeah,
wouldn't mind
and
that.
Vinchester isn't really the guy to leave those openings unexplored,
Yeah.
right? Like if he feels like he can be aggressive, he's going to be aggressive as he continues to push in the deer. Perfect timing on these deer. Not really taking any of those llamas, keeping those in reserve. And Villese already going for the wall offs here, and the game is paused for me.
Yep. Pause for me as well. I'm going to assume they just need to fix something real quick. If there was lag or something, maybe they paused it. But yep, there we go. And you can already see Velez is starting to wall up. This is precisely what Viper had done against him when Viper was worried about the threat of Magyar scouts. It's not going to be a full wall. I still think you should play into Feudal Age, but that's a start there. And you have lots of hunt back there too, Dave. And you had mentioned
Yeah.
maybe pushing the deer
I think
that are more
I'm
exposed.
going to say the same thing. Push the ones from the front. Don't
Yeah.
push these at the back. You already have these. You're going to have 12 deer. Okay, Valesa's coming back to find the goats. Maybe he can push one in because his scout is already back there anyway. But yeah, he's going to leave those untouched for the time being. He's going to go for the wall off here. And look at that. Look at how many deer he has back there. I'm going to
That's
select
awesome. It's at
all of
12,
them,
I
see how
think.
much food.
Could be
And
12.
we got 1,700 food back there.
Yep. Magyars have no
There is
eco
gonna be
bonus.
some
It's not like
rot,
you're up
but-
against Mongols where they're going to be up at like 18 pop. Or sorry, 17 pop. Vinch is drushing?
He's drushing.
What?
What?
It's a weird play. And it is a play that could pay off because it does allow you to apply pressure to your opponent before they wall.
Does he think Vallesa would go for the dock or something? Is that why
No.
he's drushing? Is he just going to assume that Vallesa would do that?
I think he's assuming there will be walls, but my only issue with this is the fact that you have no clue where the guy is.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Well, no, and it's just too late.
yeah.
It's just too late. You're so far away. Look, I think, dude, he's going on either side of the pond here. I think he was making this just in case. Well, at least he's checking.
Yeah.
Vallesa was docking, and he's going to figure out Vallesa isn't docking. Now he's going to come towards the base. Vallesa, well, he might get there just on time. Maybe it's not too late.
Well, okay, but if Veleza can't get the full wall down, he'll be fine, and he can always safe wall everything else, I think. Sees the goal.
That's what I said him against MBL on that Ravines game, though. he kind of
True.
He kind of hard committed for that full wall instead of getting the safer ones.
I'm just shocked that Vinchester's doing this. This is the first time I've ever seen the Drush, and this is beginning to worry me for Vinchester because the previous games, whatever. But you've got Magyars, man. You've got...
Yep.
Is there a hole?
No,
No hole.
I mean, Vallesa doesn't have cube mod anymore, but he thinks in cubes.
He thinks in cubes.
So that should be fine.
He knows,
yeah.
he knows, yeah.
Everything is cube.
Also, he gets an extra deer out of this as well. So he knows his opponent has added militia. He's on the way to the next stage. Surprising move from Vinchester there. I just don't think he's played towards his strengths with this decision.
Nope.
And also, Valleza thinking in cubes is going to find the gap and plug it. And wait a second. Vinchester's going to go forward, Dave. He had just placed a palisade foundation. Players oftentimes do that when they send their villagers forward. So The villagers run in a straight line.
They're coming.
It's a classic little trick, but
even if he pushes,
this is not good.
Like, even if he pushes Villese off those berries, so what? He's got so much deer in the back there, right?
I think, he's not going to do it now. He thought he was going to be fast castle.
And he might go for a dock first, maybe? Who knows?
I think he might, yeah, because at this point he has all this wood, and he doesn't know how
go
he
for
can
a dock
gain a lead.
And gather that fish with the villagers if he really needs food.
I agree.
Quickly. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world, I think, mainly because Villese also spent most of his wood walling. Normally, you would want to have the barracks, and then you'd be making scouts right now. But he's just gone so safe that the stable will be delayed, and he might even skip the stable in general. As I say that, though,
He's
I like
common
it.
with the Vills.
There's the stable.
Is he going to tower the gold? He doesn't know that Villese has a gold behind the base. He only sees the gold at the front.
Forward stable against a player who has walls when they're probably going to send scouts to your base. Different. Unique. Vinchester. Militia will be annoying, but they won't accomplish much. Villese should take no risks whatsoever. Continues to push his deer, which is epic. Because he could just mill it, but I don't mind this.
Spearman coming out, exploring a little bit from Villese. Getting some vision. He's perfectly comfortable back here, even getting town watch. Perfectly comfortable, and he knows he's still got 9 more deer to potentially push in or go out and take.
It's interesting the different approaches we've seen on this map. But more and more I see these villagers come forward, the more I actually like it, because it is forcing Villese to at least make some army. Right? Like, he made the stable, and I was assuming he would make scouts, but he's not done that.
Ooh. Vinchester had that a tile away from the walls. He pulls it back to 3 tiles away, and Villese can't see that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, he might be thinking archers could show up. Still hasn't produced any scouts, and it's just a spearman battle in the middle of the map. Love the fish edition, by the way, from Vinch. I think that was something that he didn't plan for originally, but it just felt right in the moment, and it feels right to me as well. There will be the tower. And this could lead to the units breaking in. Villese is going to have to wall up behind this. Cannot make house walls where the militia are, but he's going to have to back away and make a big diagonal wall towards his TC, I think.
He let it scout onto the field, and that's going to go, harass the fish? I think it's at least going to distract the scout from Vinchester. No, scout peels off, and Vinchester's trying to get in here, and if Villese, I think the key here for Villese, if you wall towards the TC, if Vinchester ever gets in, make sure you finish the wall. Don't just rely on that TC to get firing in, because we saw Vinchester punish Nikov so hard for doing that exact same thing. And good, Villese is walling all the way behind this palisade wall.
Well, Villese said, my best age is Castle Age, and your best age is Feudal, so I will simply wall you out and stay protected and be fine. And he's got his gold. His food count isn't quite there to go up. And actually, the tower's perfect because I think he would be on the way up if he was able to take his berries freely. The scout for Villese is scouting the map, but he hasn't seen a ton. Though he does know there's a dock that is up in the middle right now for Vinch. Early pressure from Vinch. Surprise, surprise. He might click up to Castle Age, and he's got scout presence. And the food's not actually getting much higher for Villese right now. It's close.
And I think that dock was actually kind of like a happy accident.
You familiar with that?
Happy accidents?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was one. So
don't worry, I was too, dude. I remember when I was growing up, I was like, Mom, why is my brother 11 years older than me? And Mom's like, it was all part of God's plan, is what she told me. And I was too young to know what that meant. And then when I was like 16, I asked my dad. My dad's like, when I found out your mom was pregnant with you, I said, you're serious, right? It's like, thanks, Dad. Thanks.
I went out and immediately grabbed another bag of checks.
Hey, don't hate on Chex Mix, okay? This is not sponsored by Chex Mix, but if the Chex Mix representative is listening, feel free to email me.
He's open for sponsorship opportunities. That's right.
I wonder if this stable will go down. I think that like Vinch might try and finish it. Oh, maybe not. But if he would take it out, then 2 stables need to be built instead of 1 here. Oh, come on, Vinch. You know you want to. Here he goes. Here we go. Look at the repairs. This is a big deal, Dave. That's 175 wood right there. You need that stable to make knights and camels.
But Villese can hit those scouts with his villagers.
Yeah.
And Villese is adding another stable behind. Bloodlines is coming in that stable, so risky business there. And Vinchester switches over to the side, and Villese is now officially running out of food at the back, and his woodline is not looking like the greatest thing in the world.
Vinch having a range at home, so Vinch is gonna go Cav Archers. It's just gonna be so awkward for Vinch to play open.
Well, it's gonna be awkward for Villese to leave his base.
Yeah,
as soon as he opens up a hole, like Vinchester is just waiting there with the scouts. Even with the militia and spearmen, it could be annoying. And the Cav Archers will be waiting to come in too, and Villese just doesn't have wood to make another TC even.
There's still a very good, and he doesn't have stone either, Dave.
It's a good position for Vinch, honestly. I think the fishing ships in the middle really benefiting Vinch's eco and letting him expand. And the fact he didn't have to go to walls as well.
Let's see what happens here with these 3 villagers, though, because the 3 villagers have maybe overstayed their welcome. There they go. They try and run now, but the scouts are just here as distractions. Those villagers will likely die, which should give... it should make the eco even, I think, because Vinch has the fishing ships.
Yep.
Cheap to make these knights, so you don't need the best of economies to make knights like this, and Cav Archers take time to mass. But as the villagers all go down, well played, Villese, and I just say counterattack at this point.
He took out a knight, though.
Here.
He did take out a knight with scouts.
That's true.
And Villese is going to counterattack, or try to counterattack, like you said. Vinchester has been taking berries from a long distance away for a while now. So berries. He hasn't really been paying attention to... See the mill?
Berries.
Way left.
Way left. Vinchester?
Yeah.
Way
left of the mill. Lefter.
Lefter of the... Oh!
Lefter.
Oh, man. Those are some extras,
Way
I guess.
lefter.
I was very confused. It felt more logical for it to be on the left of the entire map.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it's a tough task right now. If you don't have ballistics, the knight player can just run in and pick off villagers nonstop. That TC, though, ends up being very important for Vinch. Cav Archer mass will be dangerous in the mid-game. Obviously, Berbers can eventually make Camel Archers, though, so just something to think about. And let's see how Vinchester performs here. Those spearmen are helping Dave, but there's villagers exposed everywhere. Villese backing away. Is on stone at home.
Did Vinch already get Thumbring? It feels like it.
I don't recall seeing it, but then again, we missed like 2 crucial techs in the Gold Rush game, so.
Yeah.
This is always where it gets tricky to know what to do. So knights are better at tanking damage. However, camels do more damage. And so I always get torn here. A lot of the pro players will go camels, but if the Cav Archer mass gets high enough, then the camels are just dying faster. So Vinchester late to micro there, though, and this is what the camels can... This is where the camels can shine. Excuse me. Vinchester with the lead, Dave. He needs 1 win, and he is the champion. Neither player has ever won a tournament of this magnitude.
He's got to be microing really nicely here, and he didn't get Thumbring. It just seemed really quick to me. I don't know if my game was like fast forwarding a little bit or something. I don't know. It seemed really, really fast for the reload, but now it seems a little bit more normal. And Villese is now adding that second TC. There we go. Still has camels roaming around. Vinchester also adding another TC.
Okay, both players having decent eco upgrades. It's not perfect, though. They certainly have a lot they'll need to catch up to. And husbandry is a big upgrade that Vinch will need as well. If you don't have husbandry with CA and the camels do have husbandry, you will lose everything.
Yep.
And speed is so important here. Monk healing up. Vinchester will see that. Vinchester doesn't see any weak ones that he can pick off. Monk might actually get a conversion here. And no conversion. Vinchester backing away. Vinchester, do what Dave wants you to do and what he's going to say next and make a demo, please. I feel like that'd be perfect.
Demo isn't good here.
Really? You don't
Demo
think?
isn't good here. No. Because Villese, I don't think Villese is going to hard commit onto that area, no matter how much you bait him.
Third TC for Villese. Still healing up. So many players would just sit at home with their CA, but Vinch is still being so aggressive. I love that about him. But, you know, it can also be weakness. The monks, they don't die. They're immortal, apparently, and a conversion comes in.
They don't die from one of the only civs that doesn't have sanctity.
It's
and
true.
The monks without sanctity still don't die because the cav archers can't hit. If we were wondering about thumb ring, there's the confirmation right there. Cannot hit their shots. Camels are dying, but the camels are just kind of buying him enough time to go for something like this TC over on the side, this third TC from Villese. And now the camels are coming in again. Villese is getting a great amount of utility from that monk in healing the army, but now the army is just falling one by one, it seems.
Yeah, it's just so tricky, right? Because he doesn't have a single armor upgrade. So I feel like you need at least the first armor.
Yep. He's trying to get greedy with the boom. He doesn't think he can afford the armor upgrades, I don't think.
Yeah.
And he chased those cav archers all the way down with the monk.
And now that monk should
Monk will die for it, though.
Yeah,
Please pick up the relic at some point.
Dave, that stone is very vulnerable, and you do not want to panic TC here. You just want to hold this off and eventually drop your castle, which is precisely why Villese is being greedy. He doesn't want the camels in the long run. He wants the camel archers out of his castle.
Ooh, this knight from Villese at the back of Vinchester's base could be very annoying, but Vinch is all over it.
He sees it.
Spearman on the case.
Also, he's aware that the stone is there. He's not aware it's being mined. Getting thumb ring now, soon ballistics will come in. So we're talking Doubt Castle territory if Villese doesn't get that castle done shortly. Wheelbarrow on the way for Vinch. His economy is stronger, but I think his civilization's worse if this game continues. I haven't seen recurve bow against Elite Camel Archer, though, or recurve bow cav archers against Elite Camel Archer.
Well, they will have more range.
Yeah.
So if you're microing constantly, theoretically you can, but when you're at that point in the game and there's just like Magyar Hussar you got to send in and there's camels maybe coming at you, it's really, really hard to just only micro those units. It's not like this stage of Castle Age where all your focus can be on your main army.
I love how Villese said, he did end up winning the game, of course, but he looked at Viper's approach from their semifinal game and says, I like that.
Yep.
Let's just chill. Let's just chill out here, take it to late game. Only in this case, it probably makes a bit more sense to let it go to late game as, yeah, the camels are going to be wasted away here. But that's because he'll have his castle
It's buying him time.
Yep.
Yeah, it's buying him time. And now he's going to have camel archers, and Vinchester's going to look at this matchup and go, oof.
Yeah. The thing that Vinch has going for him, though, is he should be able to have the map control. It will be very hard to match the camel archer numbers with the cav archer numbers.
Yep.
Unless this castle nukes the entire group. But, yeah. And you can think, let's castle drop forward and let's try and get Trebs out in early Imperial Age to take away the camel archers. Or you could just think general map control with raids in the long term.
That's an annoying night.
Yeah.
In Vinch's eco right now.
Playing
Very
open like
annoying
this.
night.
Playing open like this at this level is just so difficult.
It's nerve-wracking, dude.
Yeah.
It really is. And we got the double market strat. He's going to trade with himself, Vinchester. Markets within the same screen. Really, really powerful strategy there. Apparently, he really wants to sell and or buy something. As we see Elite Skirm coming in and Handcart on the way from Vinch as well.
Dave, this is precisely what the position you would want to be in if you're Berbers. You have 3 TCs, you still have stone, you're making camel archers, the Vil count is pretty much even, and your opponent's making cav archers. This is a dream scenario for Villese in terms of this game. Obviously, losing the first 3 is painful, but he can maybe bring this back. Vinchester not respecting the camel
there
archers
to
yet,
save
though.
those too.
Yeah.
Get them away! Don't lose them like that. Nice.
Well, look at this corner though. This corner is like these villagers are thinking, you gonna deal with that? Cause, wow, man, if Vinch would have just run back there, it would have been so worth it to just take out Eco.
Especially with Thumb Ring.
Yeah, I think
you can just kill so many villas.
I think from Vinch's perspective, you just assume that that's where the third TC is, and it just wasn't there. I would have run with all my vills, and then the idle time would have been crazy.
Vlesa's almost got enough for another castle. I think do you expand north or south here?
I want to say south.
He doesn't see anything in terms of extra res.
I just want to say south because I like the idea of shooting down all Vinch's freaking buildings, but and that is something I would probably consider in the game as well because that can be vision for Vinchester, but in reality he should probably maybe do it in the north. Actually, he can see a stone in the north, so maybe there. But Imp should be similar, and what I mentioned earlier is what Vinchester's going to try. He's coming forward because he wants a forward castle into a fast Imperial Age, but Dave, this is not going to work too well.
Yeah, these Camel Archers do so well against Cav Archers. It's insane. Not so well against Skirms. So that's a great addition from Vinch, and he already has Ballistics. And he's thinking about going up to Imp. He doesn't have the second building, dude.
Well, he has 2 markets. Does that count?
No.
Okay. Well, if that doesn't count, he's in trouble, and there goes Villese on the way to Imp. He's in a good spot to win 2 in a row. Like, right now, the light is at the end of the tunnel, but you're, like, by the tunnel entrance. Okay? You win this game, you're officially in the tunnel.
Yeah. There's, like, a traffic jam in front of you,
Yes,
know?
exactly. You just don't think you're going to be able to make it on time. I do like the thought process from Vinch, though. Mixing in the skirms was crucial here. It's just, he can't fit all the villagers around the castle.
I really like that wall. I don't like the fact that Villese has essentially walled out his Camel Archers, though, and it's free pickings here for Vinchester. He doesn't really capitalize on it. He can send his skirmishers forward, though. It's a very, very awkward castle for Villese. I don't like that positioning because now you're going to have to run all the way around the wood line to do anything with your army.
I think at the end of the day, neither player can contest Trebs as it stands with their army comps. And if that's the case, having 2 castles is going to be massive here. Also, all the skirms are going down. This castle might not go up for Vinchester. It's going to be very close here.
Yeah. It's going to be super, super close. Camel Archers are on the side. Knights are now attacking. More skirms coming in. More Cav Archers trying to clear up the Knights. The castle is at 95%. Will it go up in time? 98, 99. It's up.
Okay. And hey, he has ballistics, so he'll kill some Camel Archers and Knights as they run away. So that's a positive, I guess. Clearly opening only skirms, though, and it going to go towards Trebs. 2 castles for Villese, who is not on any additional stone piles, Dave. And he can barely see the one in the north. So skirm, trebuchet, light cav raids, maybe still a possibility for Vinchester.
Yep.
At imp time, though. Like that's the difference between 2 trebuchets when you can only make 1 out of your castle. At imp time's brutal.
He needs his castles to be producing Camel Archers at the same time, though, so it could be a risk for him.
Yep.
We see Villese now thinking about expanding to the south, but Vinchester is already there, kind of persuading him not to, and Villese has expanded to the stone in the north, so maybe he's going to go north instead of south. And if he does that, there's really not many golds or anything in that direction. 3 golds in the southern area.
It's a beautiful thing when you can go Camel Archers, and that's an awesome thing to go for. But you also can just spam Cavalier and have it be awesome here as well, right? Like, full heavy Camel even would be great against skirms and light cav. Vinch is not going to make Cav Archers anymore. There's no way Vinch is going to make infantry. So I would love more stables for Villese. And 4 Trebs, Dave, I think he's going to be so confident he'll go 4 Trebs right into conscription. This forward castle is a bust here for Nikov.
Yeah.
Not Nikov, sorry.
Nikov.
Vinchester.
Yeah, that get a Treb out of it and then abandon it. Don't repair at all, and he's not trying to. It's going to set up his Treb. It's going to be hard for Villese to range. I don't think he can range from behind his own castle, but he's chopped himself a nice little path there. He's also foraging himself a path, and the Knights are coming in.
Heavy Camel on the way, full armor on the way. His opponent is going to counter the Camel Archers with the skirms, but there's only 3 of them now. That Treb should go down, as should all the skirmishers, to be honest with you. And I think you kind of have to go skirmisher Cav Archer if you're Vinch. I honestly don't know what you make right now with your eco setup. You try to go Hussar mixed with all those things, but...
Yeah, he's going to try to go Hussar right now, and he's getting good value on the raids. I mean, one thing about Magyars that's so nice, instant Blast Furnace for your light cab makes your raid so deadly.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a situation, I forget which game, but someone had leftover knights that they weren't even upgrading with Magyars. I think it was Villese with the Magyars, and they just shredded whatever his opponent had. But
Ooh, look at the stables in the south from Villese there. And a T90 farm. It's beautiful.
yeah, that's perfect. He was probably originally going to farm over there, but just said, let's kill stuff instead. Those knights killing all the skirmishers, Dave. They're not even cavalier. Yep. It's just knights. Combination of heavy camel and camel archer, excuse me. I don't think it can be countered by the Magyars. This is insane.
It's just a tough civ matchup. It's such a tough civ matchup. Once you get this late for Magyars, if you don't do damage early, it's going to be difficult because it feels like anything the Berber player makes is going to be a task to counter. And it is Cav Archers. It is Cav Archers indeed from Vinchester. He's going to get the unique tech at some point. He still needs another castle because his forward castle died in order to get that.
The population for Vinchester is very deceiving at the moment. But if you look at his vill count, there's your answer. 150 villagers for him. He's stressed, Dave, and I would be too. I was up 3-0 2 hours ago or an hour ago if I'm Vinchester. Now I'm only up 3-2.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God.
Percentages starting to go up a little bit. Villese taking it back. And that was a nice, calm defense from Villese. That's what we expect from him. Gets to 3 TC and then starts pushing forward a little bit.
Yeah, he played so safe. He knew his win condition. And I don't think Vinchester had a bad game, but I also wish I knew how this game would have played out if Vinchester would have opened with like 18 pop scouts.
Yeah, and not Drush.
And not Drush, exactly. Now, he might have still run into walls. He might not have led into that dock, which I think helped him recover. And it's still a really tough civ matchup in the late game, but considering he didn't win, I just can't look at the 2 militia Drush and really feel like it was all that wise. I think he was trying to mind game a bit, and he does like to do that, but just not an example of his best mind game ever.
I don't even think like scouts tower forward is that bad. I just think the Drush is kind of
the Drush
puts you so far behind, right?
Drush didn't accomplish much at all. And here we are, Vinchester again in the red. Vinchester playing as the well-established Malay. Les has won 2 straight to keep himself alive, and he is the Incas, Dave. And as you mentioned, that house that you start with gives you 5 extra pop space as the Incas, so that's quite nice here.
Yep, and you can see it right now. He's 6 out of 15. He already has 200 wood, and he's got enough for a lumber camp, and then it's only 50 wood more to get that dock down, so you can get the fishing ships out quickly. Malay are tried and tested on this map, though, Tristan. And it's really easy to defend your pond with Malay because your uptimes are so fast, and your docks get so much vision when you place them. So if you place the dock forward, your opponent's going to have a hell of a time coming in and forward docking your own pond.
Yeah, I think Malay can also play to either extreme, which makes it really tough to prep for. You can use the faster uptime to go forward, and they can harass the opponent's water, or they can use the faster uptime to bait you into thinking they're going to do that, and they could just go for a second dock to play defensive on their water. If you show up, then big problems, as there have 2 docks waiting for you. And if you don't show up, they just add more fishing ships. But, as I think of Vinchester, Vinchester's got to go aggressive, right? Like, that's what I would expect from a player of his caliber. I think if he starts to give up control in games, he can maybe have some problems. So,
Yep.
So he goes for the forward wood line, which is definitely less than ideal. He does have one in the back. Quite a few in the back.
That might tell me he's thinking about forward docking Villese then.
You mean in Dark Age?
No. He's no. I don't think he's gonna forward dock in Dark Age. I mean, that's a whole new level of lame if he does. But I think he wants these villagers forward here because he's gonna make the dock there eventually.
Oh,
He'll be fishing with shore fishing with like 3 or 4 vills.
It could have been scouting
dock, and then maybe sending his vills forward at a later date.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it. He probably hasn't made the decision yet, but if he has taken that forward wood line and then he's feeling good about his uptime, I could see it. I think the timing on the scouting tells me everything about that, and the fact that Velez is already forward scouting the shoreline tells me that he might actually be incentivized to try that.
I'm so happy that players have learned that dock in the middle is a terrible idea.
I know, right?
It's so good, yeah.
Yeah, and also players are sending 4 villagers to the outside shorefish, which is awesome.
Yep. And watch this line of sight once this Vinchester dock comes up. Bam!
Boom.
Oh my goodness, sees everything.
Yep. But, you know, what we're comparing now is villagers on shorefish in terms of the feudal uptime. Obviously, the fishing ships help a bit, but villagers collecting shorefish is faster.
And Malay uptimes too.
Yep.
You have to keep that in mind, right? Very, very important. As Vinchester has already found 4 sheep, and he's brought them over. That's very, very nice to have the sheep there. And we see a llama and 2 sheep. Did Villese transport his llama over to scout at the beginning? He must
wait,
have.
wait.
And
Where's
he's
the
bringing
llama?
it back. It's in the transport ship right now.
Oh, that's funny. I forgot. We forgot about the llama.
Llama also helps here
Yeah.
a little bit.
Also, I think llamas have a little bit more vision than a sheep. So in theory, in a normal game where
Well,
you
they
start
are
with
taller.
that explains it, because height equals better vision.
Well, I mean,
Not in my case, because I have horrible eyesight, but
Hmm.
but seriously, small pro tip, which probably won't affect your games at all, but you could try it. If you're playing with Incas on Arabia, scout with your llama, and then take a sheep first, because you can scout a bit more.
the vision thing got fixed forever ago. Well, there you go. Another
Really?
example.
The llamas don't have more vision? Why do they
Just
fix?
enough-
No way. Why?
We don't know what we're talking about. You see, you can't trust us.
Wait, so you're telling me the devs nerfed Incas again? They didn't
Dude.
replace another bonus. Yeah, these resources for Villese look really good. 25 uptime, but he's
Vinch
not
is still gonna
sending
be
bills
faster.
across. Yeah. See the food collected. Yeah, so 200 more food collected for Villese, but 100 and some more wood collected for Vinchester. I've been scouting. Wait, when did they fix that? Because I've been scouting with llamas with Incas for like the last 2 years.
I don't know. I'm just randomly believing one guy in my chat.
Yeah,
So
that's true. Okay. All right.
apparently they got nerfed when they added it into Arabia as a herdable. But who knows? Anyway, Vinchester is not faster. Vinchester is actually somewhat slower than Villese to get to the next stage, but he will have more villagers, which
Look-
means more resources on the
Yeah.
way there. And Villese is now going for a barracks as Vinchester comes forward, and Villese still has his eagle at home, or is he going to load it into the transport ship?
Well, the scouting's
loading
so
bills
important
in.
here. He needs to avoid seeing this. He needs to avoid being seen, I should say. And oh, wow, barracks have no vision. They're just like the llamas now, and the villagers are going to skirt by.
He caught it for a second. He saw for a second.
I
He
don't
saw
know
for
if he
1
knows.
second. And he's got the fishing ships over here, and he's going to see that dock. He is going to see that dock.
Bill rush it. I think you have to. What
You know,
players will
put him
do
in the
is they'll bill rush
transport.
it.
Yeah, put him in the transport. Plop him down right in between those 2 docks.
He actually doesn't have any vills to transport, which hurts him. But Vince, you've got to know that the meta this weekend has been rushing this.
He's also going for a tower on Vinch's forward wood line, by the way.
But the docks, Dave.
And the docks are going to be denied, maybe? Look, he's walling them in.
One will go up. The
Beautiful,
walls,
beautiful.
well played. Now, wait a second. The villager could die, and he could just rush
No,
the
the transport
palisade.
ship can come over here and save the Ville, I think.
Oh, true. Forgot about that. We'll see if Villese remembers. Oh, the villager's in. The
Gate,
gate.
yes!
Yo, this is epic. This is epic. There
And there's
still
a
will be
tower
fire
on Vinch's
galleys.
woodline right now. There's a tower on Vinch's woodline. He doesn't realize.
Will he ever realize? Also, that's his only woodline, Dave. If Villese could get a second dock at home and put a stop to this, and that tower's up, this could be amazing. I don't know if Vinchester
problem-
can make a lot of ships right now.
The problem for Villese right now is that he doesn't have any gold, so he can go for 1 fire galley.
Also,
And that's it.
He's building this again. Okay, fire galley
galley's
comes out. Oh,
in.
no. Don't let that dock get completed. Oh, Vinchester's being so sneaky here. You can also repair that, and now the gate's been
Oh, he
deleted.
deletes the gate?
But I can't even see the Ville right now because of the animation. Oh, the quick walls! Finish the dock! Finish
Dude,
the dock!
This is sick. This is sick.
I'm losing my mind. Also, the fire ship is a victory there for Villese, which gives him time to make the
Archer's
next
coming.
one.
The archer is coming, but the dock is going to go up. The dock is going to go up.
I think
Dock's
so.
going to go up.
Wow. Okay. So villager
Ville
will
will
likely die. Right? There's no way that villager survives, which does matter. But now there's 2 docks versus 1 for Villese. Oh, jeez, dude. Okay, he needs these archers to go immediately to Vinchester's base right now because he could lose his transport, he could lose his fish, he could lose everything.
Yep.
Wow. That was, I
Dude.
mean, it was well played from Villese, right? Like, there was really good defense initially, but the strategy is just so strong.
He's got enough for another tower.
Okay.
And the archer is coming forward, and it's a tower from Vinchester. So let's see what Villese chooses to go for here. Vinchester's eco at home is basically untouched other than that tower. And the archer is now going to show up. Meanwhile, on the water, though, Villese is still on the back foot.
Only 3 fishing ships for Finch, so he's really going all in. But Villese is adding the second dock, and he has repair villagers, Dave. So I think while, you know, it was enough to freak him out and freak me out.
Should be a demo here.
Theory should be okay.
Should be a demo. You can bait him into repairing the fire galley, and then you can come and demo the villagers. Yeah. Meanwhile, in the middle, though.
Fire ship! Oh my god, the fire ship goes down. And sorry, the middle. Oh yeah, villagers fighting off archers. That's fun.
Yeah, that's great. And a random villager from Villese over on the side, too. Things are getting messy.
Oh, the block
Things are
from
getting
Vinch.
messy.
The block from Vinch. Vinch has 4 fires now. There's so many villagers that can't work for Villese right now. If Vinch finds that transport ship, there's no production from any of the docks.
He's got to run. He's got to run, dude. He's got to run.
Oh, man. I mean, the TC fire helps. There he goes. He's also in a spot where he can't really collect resources right now.
Vinchester losing vills in the middle now. And Vinchester battering down the tower on the other side from Villese.
Okay, so something...
So definitely idle villager time here.
Yeah, I mean, the ecos are so bad for both players. And they can only use their APM in so many different ways. Okay, the transport's going to go down, though, Dave.
And that's big. That idles your TC, essentially.
And now Vinch can also relax and say, I just need to not fall apart on land.
Yeah, and Villese is going for another tower in the place where it was just battered down.
He does have archers, though. He's got 4 archers. Vinchester doesn't have an archer range.
Can you hit that villager, please, archers?
There you go.
Thank
I imagine
you.
He was probably distracted.
No fletching on them, so...
This is interesting, because there's not even an archery range for Vinch. And that means he can't deny this tower.
If you think about it, there's not even a TC for Villese at this point.
I know.
Essentially, unless you have a transport ship.
Yeah, but there might not be anywhere to collect resources for Vinchester if this tower actually
Go for a
goes
tower
up.
go for a tower in the middle, if anything.
Oh, he should make a counter tower, I guess. Maybe that's his plan here. Wow, this is weird. I mean, we've seen a lot of 50-50 houseboat games going to Castle Age, but this is one of those rare ones that can happen, and with lesser players happens a lot.
Okay, so transport ship is in the queue. Villese, if he can get off of this, if he can get all of these villagers off of this island and not lose any on the gold, his villas are being absolutely roasted here. She's going to get away. Oh, my God. Then the villager count actually tells the true story. Right now, it's basically 33 for Vinch, and then we have 34 minus the 8 that aren't doing anything. 9 that aren't doing anything.
Look at the worker efficiency. Very low for both players over the last minute. Overall, it's apparently been higher for Villese, which is shocking to me, but I guess there's been a lot of villagers not working.
Archer on the gold from Vinchester. 2 archers on the gold now.
Oh, he needs a range. He doesn't have wood.
He doesn't have wood. He's basically just on gold stone right now.
He does not have wood. And then Villese is like, get me out of here before we lose the TC. Oh, Dave, this demo that's coming out for Villese could send us to a Game 7, man.
Massive, bro. It could be massive. Look at this. He's covertly... Why is he going for a mill over there, dude? You're just going to get roasted by that fire galley. Oh, man.
It's just so messy.
It's so messy. This is why I love this map,
But so many of the ships for Vinch can go down, and he cannot make any more.
And Villese is looping all the way... Villese is looping all the way around. He's gonna lose that transport 100%. He needs to make another one. But look at the front of Vinchester's base, or the north of Vinchester's base.
You've got to be kidding me! And he just got that wood line too. He just got that wood line. Another transport for Villese.
Now Vinch's house.
Oh my God, dude! I don't know
Is just like
who's winning right now.
I have no clue.
I think Villese is winning. But I have no clue.
I love houseboat.
But this is more ridiculous than any of the games. Oh no, Vinch is gonna batter down the tower.
Oh no, but the archers are underneath. And Villese loses some archers there. He's still harassing the wood line at the back. Loses an archer there.
Demo at Veleze's TC. At Veleze's TC. Velez, this is it. Send yourself
this
to a
could be
game 7.
huge.
Send yourself to a game 7, my friend.
On Garrison, no, see it. Oh, he didn't see it. He's paying attention elsewhere.
Literally, yeah, like everything else. Oh my goodness, man. We didn't see a high-level houseboat game be this crazy in all of Wandering Warriors Cup.
Dude, he's covertly transporting villagers across one of the, it's delete TC time territory, honestly. I think he'd be better suited deleting this thing. If you don't delete it, Vinchester's going to delete it soon enough for you.
Vinch is being super stubborn. He needs an archer range. And finally, he's going to build it with his whole economy. But if he has enough on water now where he can take out the TC, and Velez is probably going to delete it because he's going to just research wheelbarrow now.
He has no wood.
Yeah.
He's going for a dock forward on Vinch's.
Who is?
That's where he's putting his wood.
Oh, my God.
Villese.
No way. I don't hate it, actually. He's got a lot of archers right now. He's really far behind. If he can get that up and then return the favor, maybe it can do something. I don't know if Vinch notices this either. Let's see, is Vinch making stuff? Vinch is making one fire galley from home.
Okay, so Villese needs a new TC. He needs a market. He needs navy. He needs all these things that cost wood. Maybe the market first so you can buy the other things?
Yeah, but he's killing tons of villagers, and the military count's really deceiving because all of these fire galleys for Vinchester are useless now.
And the villager count is even.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So this might actually be winnable for Velez.
I found my YouTube thumbnail. It is Velese's TC right now. My YouTube thumbnail.
Man. Like just keep an eye on the amount on food right now. Vinchester doesn't have food eco. But he does have skirms. So that allows him to finally breathe a little bit. Oh my word. There was a point, Dave, I don't know if you spotted it, but the left dock for Vinch, he had 12 villagers and like 2 shorefish.
Yes, I did see that.
It was so crazy.
And now he's taking the gold and the stone forward, and Villese is going to go up to Castle H.
Where in which
and
TC?
Vinch
there
is going to do the same thing.
No way. Yeah, the market should
Villese
get him there.
has 8 villagers north of Vinchester's base.
Yeah, that saved him taking the extra resources. In fact, resources collected. How is this so close? Look at the resources collected right now. 9,700 versus 9,400. Veleze actually has the lead
And Villese is in the lead.
Yeah.
What?
Because of the hunt. He took
my
boars
God.
and deer and everything. And he still has somewhat consistent food eco, too, because he's taking that in multiple places.
Drop a castle on his face with the archers. Drop a castle right
Dave.
there.
The fact that
Okay, just drag select everything in between those 3 towers. There is so much there for fish. That's the whole eco.
Look how low the HP is as well.
I know.
Ugh.
I know, dude.
I mean, good time to get an eco upgrade or 2, I guess. Vinch is going Castle Age. I do think a valid question about that is, for what? I don't know what he gains.
Well, I mean, that's a good question. He could get crossbow, maybe.
Look at the buildings for Veleze, Dave. Like, if he could go for a siege push against that area. Oh my God. I cannot believe we're here. I cannot believe that is possible after everything that's happened to Velez today, but also in this series. That game as well, this game as well with that TC, that he could actually reverse sweep this.
I think that the threat for him is that he's going to run out of food eco here. So he was taking the deer in the north. Now he's going to run out of food eco. He's going into eagles right now. I think he would have been better suited, maybe even trying for that castle drop or something forward, rather than making this switch into eagles, because now his food eco is going to look pretty bad. Although he is taking a boar in the south.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think he would transition into farms. Vinchester honestly should be thinking fish traps for his food right now. And I think Vinch spotted something. I think he spotted a deer carcass. And look at this. He's actually heading over a bit late. The villagers are gone now.
Right as Villese leaves. And Villese is now housed because Vinchester is killing all the houses with the fire galleys around the home pond.
That's so annoying. Also, I don't know about taking that gold there, Velez. Like, that is so risky. I know your
Security
Incas,
by obscurity, my friend.
and I know your villagers are affected by blacksmith upgrades at this point.
Ooh, they're coming. They're coming. They're coming.
Yep, he'll see it, Dave.
+2
Lots
is on the
of
way, so
market
the
abuse
villagers
right
are going
now.
to be tough to take out.
Yeah.
For sure.
And sees the weak one, though. That's nice. But as
You
a
can-
million other things to worry about, I'm
You
sure.
can attack with these villas, honestly. You could take out those crossbows with these villas.
I mean, they can run away. He got wheelbarrow, remember? So he just runs. He'll lose one, and then some eagles should deal with this. And if I see eagles, if I'm Vinchester, I'm terrified.
Yep.
I'm absolutely terrified.
+2 armor already.
Yeah.
Your base is all there. And look, he goes for a castle in that area just to hold the wood line at this
Yeah.
point. Like,
Yeah, he's got a stone there, wood. I didn't realize he had the stone for a castle, so that's actually nice to go for karambits. But we have a game that might go late with a second TC now for Villese and the other corner. It's so tough to boom when you have TCs in different corners of the map.
tough to boom, but I bet you if Villese makes his way up to 3 TC anyway.
Yeah, yeah, he
Even
will.
in a game like this,
will.
he has to. The Eagles are going to find the gold in the stone, and they have +2 armor. Demo would be so nice here from Vinchester.
Hey, Vinch is falling apart right now. The stats tell me he's ahead.
Dude,
He's
it's
falling
so hard
apart.
it's so hard to fight against Eagles here. It's just so difficult. You can go for Karambit, sure, but the Eagles are going to pick away at your eco. And how are you going to do damage to Villese when he's literally on like 4 different corners of the map?
That's true. I think he will be happy that he at least saw the TC in the corner. He lost his army in that very left corner, but the crossbow is also a big threat, and Villese has had that number, but he hadn't really upgraded them. And look at this.
His +2
Ugh.
armor for the Eagles is huge here. It's just massive. There's the 3rd TC from Villese. It's forward. It's on the stone. Vinchester going for that 2nd TC in the back, but Villese has 8 on stone, and he has the option to go for a forward castle, which could be devastating
God,
for
what a
Vinchester.
what a sick game and what a sick series. I mean, the final day is delivered, man.
Yeah.
But my concern for Vinch is 2 things. So first off, army comp. I do feel like Karambit Warrior and Arbalest is quite good against Incas, but Incas, I think, have more things they can do.
My man's talking about Arbalest when he's
Yeah.
got 14 food in the bank. 9 on food
Yeah,
right now.
but he's got fish traps, right? He's adding more fish. He's adding fish
Yeah.
traps. But the concern I also have is the map control when it comes to golds, because I can see like 2 tiles of gold in the very north corner that he can take safely. He's not mining any gold right now. They are
Dude,
not going to
Demos would
want.
have found so much value on
Yeah.
these Eagles so far.
Did we see a single houseboat game where someone had to delete their TC or lost their TC and won the game? In like our casting careers in a high level 1v1? High-ish level?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I haven't. It didn't happen in Wandering Warriors Cup, and it's not like,
Like we've
anyone
seen
else
them
has been
delete
picking
it
a
in
map.
Imperial Age or
Yeah,
Castle Age
exactly.
or something, but not like being forced
Sure,
off of it
sure.
or losing the TC to fires.
Wild. Crossbow's getting value on the right side, and I think it's castle time, Dave. Here come the Vills with
Good,
the deer.
good gate wall there from Villese. Even though the Karambit is inside the gate, he's on top of the
Where?
gate
Who? I'm sorry. Which gate?
at the back. The fires are helping out.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's actually a good job from Vinchester.
Yep.
Wow, Karambits in unison look pretty freaking cool. But
They
the
look cool
castle
when
on the
they're running,
face of Vinchester. This is that
Mangonel's coming
area.
out. Mangonel is coming out,
Oh,
but there's
no
eagles
way.
there. It's so difficult. It's so difficult. There's
But he
eagles
could-
there.
He could take out the... Ooh. The Eagles will die, Dave. Vinchester,
Yeah, you
delete
need
that
to-
house and build a new one, and then you can have
No,
your
you-
Mangonel. No, don't leave this. Yeah, that's it, Vinch.
Yeah, you need to abandon this if you're Villese. I think you just delete that at this point. You're not
agree.
getting that.
Oh my God, the Karambits
Look
are
at the
still going to
fires
town.
in the Karambits, bro. He's winning that battle with 3 villagers repairing. He's slowly 1 HP at a time. And we're going to have 5 villagers now repairing this.
If he deletes his castle, he might not have stone to be able to make a new one because he's investing so much stone into repairing this.
Yep.
Is he spending stone on this? It doesn't look like it's going down.
He's spending it one at a
Okay.
time.
All right, well, he
Deletes the
deletes the castle, and that's smart.
What, like, is it even worth it at this point?
We need a defensive one, actually, because that's a pretty annoying force. Karambit Warriors and Mangonels.
How have we gotten to this point? Vinchester has done a good job adding in fishing ships behind this, and I heard more villagers die in the north there from the Eagles.
Ooh, yeah,
He's
just
got
one
a
Vill.
decent food eco now, and he's getting squires for his karambits.
Can he send an army down here? He needs to redock his own water, doesn't he? Just so he can deal with this. Or just run with the villagers.
Honestly, I think Vinchester's perfectly happy with this situation.
Yeah,
here because
exactly.
he's idling villagers at the cost of galleys that are going to find no use and 6 karambits. Like,
my God. Oh, Eagles will dive here for Villese to try and take out the Mangonel, so his crossbows continue to get value. But
no,
it's
maybe?
awkward.
No. Yep.
Some big hits
Also,
from the
karambits
Mangonel
in the
as well.
north. Karambits in the north, clearing up the Eagles that were pressuring there. Vinchester is starting to stabilize here. But look at the eco for Villese. Look at the resources in the bank there for him.
It's like a million things can go wrong for these guys, and it's still going to be even. This game is destined to go on for 2 hours at this rate.
This game is amazing,
This is
honestly.
so sick.
The craziness, it speaks volumes to the ability of these players to go from such a crazy situation to now a situation where they have 84 and 73 eco. And they're thinking about Imperial Age, and they're thinking about the transitions, and they've each got their side of the map, and it's just
And their own,
it's incredible.
Their own unit composition, which makes sense in the situation, which counters or and even some switches here, which they were able to think ahead. Like, how do you think ahead to make the proper switch with the castle for karambits or eagles against skirmishers and towers when everything is happening?
He is still repairing. You have enough HP on that now. Just leave. And one of the repair villagers is now getting killed.
Again, I don't know what the long term is for these villagers, and I'm also not seeing the stone go down. Maybe it's a trickle. It's like really, you didn't spend a lot of stone. Crossbow's getting some kills in the very front.
Les is about to go up. He's about to go up to Imp.
Oh man, that could hurt
Rambit's
Vinch.
coming in.
That could hurt Vinch big
Castle
time.
is there.
Karambit's there, yep, running into the castle fire, but there's also Karambit's going for the siege here, Dave. And they are going to
Not
get the siege.
And Imperial Age is on the way. Trebs are going to be devastating.
But Karambit warriors have found gold villagers in that very corner. This is, like, I think the reason Villese can't deal with that gate situation, as the Karambits actually left, but you have your army in one spot, right? And your eco's everywhere. So if you get raided, it's so awkward.
Bro, Gate V2 upcoming as the Karambits come in from the other side.
Just take the edge piece, Vinchester. Take the edge piece. Oh
my god.
I do
Dude,
love
fight the Karambits with your vills, bro. Get forging. Fight the Karambits with your vills.
Oh man, Dave, look at Vinchester's imp time. He's gonna click.
Oh my god.
He's gonna click.
With Malay too. No way this game has brought us here.
115 pop versus 110. But I'm seeing some issues for Villese in terms of the army control, right? Like, he is going to have to win this up the middle with the Treb push, I think. And if he doesn't, then I would favor Vinchester's position.
He's gonna have 3 ranges, producing crossbows. He will have a crossbow mass, and he's getting ballistics now to upgrade to Arbalest once he gets to Imperial Age.
There they are. And the other villagers are still standing
And the
next to the
villager
gate.
is out.
Yeah,
Karambits are in, the vill is out. Yeah.
That's a big deal, though. That could be 10 vills. And also, look at where Villese is placing his castle. So he thinks this is not winnable with an early Treb push, which is actually correct. And means we'll probably go later into this game.
Dude, this is why I love this map, honestly. It gets so messy.
And with the stakes, and with any type of nerves whatsoever, it just gets even crazier. But both players went for completely different strategies, and both found themselves in a similar position at this stage, because the map is as ridiculous as you might want to call it. It is balanced in that sense.
Honestly, you know where Villese's next castle should go? Is right on that mining camp on the front of Vinchester's base, and then get some water pressure on there. Get docks down there if you can.
That's true.
If you have the wood. If you have the wood.
Yeah, if he had a way of knowing there was 21 fish traps there. I
think
agree
he
you could
does
assume.
Suspect, though.
Yeah.
He sees the fish traps on both docks. Look at his line of sight.
Well,
I guess
isn't
no,
that's a spec
is that
bug,
a
I
capture
think.
age bug?
That's a spec thing, I think, yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just like the farms, right? God, man, what's the Eco KD now? So the Eco KD was was looking amazing for Villese, but now Vinchester's taken the lead because these Karambits have been able to get into all these nooks and crannies and find the villagers in these corners, which I think deserves a lot of respect because we didn't think that would be the case here. As they continue to wreck villagers. If these weren't Inca villagers, Villese would have lost way more.
The Eagles of Asia, right here. The Karambits.
Dave, there's an Arb army. I'm tempted to say Arb army, but right now it's a crossbowman army. And that is pushing forward. That is what Vinchester will have to somehow build up to counter. And I'm concerned because he is only making Karambit warriors
Karambits and Trebs. He's building up the Trebs right now, so he's going to counter the Trebs with his own Trebs for the time being until he can find a better answer. He's still trying to sort out his eco situation. And he, like, okay, one thing he's been doing that Villese hasn't had to do is constantly transport bills from that TC in the middle.
True. Dude, I understand that, like, technically it's optimal to try and transport it. But in this type of game, I would have deleted that bad boy a long time ago.
Exactly. Who do you think you are, Nilly?
Like, oh, my God.
You would have gotten rid of that thing, yeah.
Oh, that Treb gets saved. And we are going to see, I guess, skirms for Vinch. Honestly, Onager would maybe make sense. Leslie even mixing in some slingers. So we're seeing lots of unique unit play here. But he's also not trebbing down any of these castles.
I want a castle on the water there from Villese. I really want a castle on the water. Because I think even if there are no fish traps there, if you take control of this water area, that's like right in the smack dab in the middle of Vinchester's economy.
I think at the moment with this type of buildup, it's really hard to think about anything else. So if this stabilizes where he can't push much further, I understand it. Also, did Vinch get chemistry yet? Now, chemistry would be huge here for him, so he could get some bombard cannons out to defend from this.
Villese going for the stone walls and the house walls over on the left. That's
On
so
point.
smart,
It's
man.
so smart. And
And
what
the
do you
stone
know?
wall on
The
the
Karambits
right,
are on the way.
too.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He wants this so badly. And who can blame him, obviously, after beating the Viper
Look at
4-1.
the timing. Oh, my God.
Feast your eyes upon AoE greatness here, folks. This is an amazing find. Oh, God,
There's a hole.
Okay. Bad timing.
Feast your eyes.
Well, the Trebs are moving forward. Arbalest upgrade still is not in. And Vinchester's using his own trebuchets to try and treb down the enemy siege.
Yep.
Vinchester hasn't expanded to the right corner. So if he were to lose this castle, then I don't know if he's going to have gold in the long run. That was something we talked about before. Being late to chemistry will mean that he loses the castle. Villese still has his trebs and can pack him up here, Dave. And the populations continue to be consistent. 170 population for both of these players.
Slingers will be produced on the area, probably on the left there, or maybe Arbs, and Villese has locked that down now. And he's going to be coming forward with some villagers now. The Trebs are moving over in the other direction. Slingers look so cool.
They do.
They've organized themselves every other unit from the crossbows as well.
That's
satisfying.
True. Look at the gold count right now for Villese. Arb's on the way. This could be another castle down for Vinch.
It's got the hill advantage too, and Vinch needs to pack up his Trebs. And this is the problem with counting Trebs with just Trebs.
Yeah,
so
takes
slow.
so much time. Dave, Vinchester's population is almost 200. If you have almost 200 population and you're losing all your castles, that is not a good sign here. And I don't think the unit comp gets much better for the Malay. A full skirmisher is the play for him right now, but his opponent could switch into Eagle Warriors.
Also, some of that pop is on your opponent's water, which isn't the greatest.
Yeah, should probably delete those ships at some point. Les is still choosing to engage here. Never researched Arbalest, and has actually lost a lot of his crossbowmen, which I think is a bit questionable. Does have a lot of infantry upgrades, so I still would like the Eagles, especially after taking out the Malay castles.
Yeah, now that he doesn't have an option to go into Karambits, what answer did Malay have to Eagles?
Yeah.
I think you look at your gold count and you say,
It's
Eagles
Eagle
is
time.
probably the play, or forward castles somewhere, as we see Vinchester now going for more docks in his own pawn. He's really fish trapping that up. Imagine if Villese ever got his Trebs over in that direction, but it looks like right now he can just continue the push.
Yeah.
And we might be going for a game
seven,
here,
dude. A game 7. I said 5% chance. And every time I've said that today, the opposite has happened. but you've got to be kidding me.
Is Vinchester gonna lose more bomber cannons to Trebs today? Nope, just loses them to slingers.
Just
okay.
to army, yep. Those Trebs got massive value. Andy and Sling coming in, so the skirmishers and the these slingers have no minimum range, which I don't think is hugely effective because they're mainly fighting from range, but it is something. And there's, okay, infantry armor. Okay, never mind. He accidentally misclicked it, apparently. Velez takes the score lead. Velez took out Vinchester's siege. There's a castle for Velez on the left side. We are going to head towards a game 7. Are you kidding? He lost his TC. He lost his TC.
We're talking about how Velez is such a meta player, right?
Yeah,
and then
true.
He picks a civ we've never seen before on this map, and he loses his TC. He gets crazy with the tower push and everything, with the archers in the back. He loses, what, 3 transports trying to save his villagers from the island, and he's still in a position to win here. It's incredible.
Not only have both of these players played amazing in the semifinals, beating big favorites, but they have brought us one of the best finals that I've seen. This is wild. I mean, there's a dud or two in there, right? Every game wasn't quite like this one. None of the games were like this one. But, again, that gold count, Dave, Velez just has to switch into Eagle Warriors, and I believe this is over. He just isn't making them. I think he's being extra cautious because he has the castles everywhere. He's got like 60% of the map.
I think a castle on the water. I've been calling for that for so long, but Velez, once he thinks about it, maybe might push the villagers forward with the castle to fall back to now, and he's still sitting on that hill, getting Elite Eagle, getting the final infantry armor upgrade. He's managed to save his Trebs, and Vinchester is just running out of res in this one little corner, running out of space.
Oh, and we have supplies on the way for Vinch. He wants to go for Force Levy, but he needs a castle, and he's making it in the very north, Dave. If he can get Force Levy before there's a bunch of Elite Eagles out,
if he can get Force Levy, there's still a slinger on the field.
That's true, but then there's still skirms. There's this back and forth we could still have.
I guess so, but look at the Eagles. 27 in production. More barracks, please.
Boy.
Velez, more barracks, please, and here they come.
And also the unique tech, fabric shields. It'll buff these things up big time. I don't know, man. It's still going to take some time to get all the infantry upgrades and all the barracks up and also Force Levy. This is where Velez needs to push, but he's actually taking a pretty bad engagement. Gold is being mined right now by Vinchester. He's getting Force Levy. 10 Pierce Armor, still 60 HP unit. Still a unit that would struggle against two-handed swordsmen.
You know what would completely kill this Force Levy switch?
Castle on the shoreline.
Castle on the shoreline.
Just a wild guess. And you know, I think but the thing is, he doesn't have to come to that conclusion right now because he's still pushing and has full map control.
He's still winning, yeah.
Yeah, I think if he starts to hit a wall, then he will say, oh, I can do that. So it makes sense for me that all of his attention is still here, particularly with the gold control that he has. He sees all the golds. He's got the gold on the left, the 2 tiles and the 2 tiles of stone and gold. The gold is his base.
Just survive everything.
Yeah.
Holy.
And any gold unit you trade against is massive right now if you're Velez.
He's kind of regrouped with the Eagles, and he's going to pick off a bomber cannon, and he still pushes in here. Eagles now coming to the right, maybe, to the gold.
Overchop on the left as well. Overchop on the left. That will hurt. And Vinchester immediately reacts, because why not? You can't have any flaws
and Eagles
here.
In the north. Oh, God. Vinchester quick walls.
Okay.
But there's Eagles in already.
Yeah, that makes it manageable. Two-handed swordsmen are out. 41 on food for Vinchester. 31 of that is fish traps, Dave. And he's also adding fishing ships in Velez's pond right now. So he is going to be making fish traps there as well.
Yeah, you can't let him get away with that. You can't let him get away with that. I mean, Vinchester's been kicked off the gold now. Doesn't need gold for these Force Levy two-handed swordsmen.
Dave
still has the bomber cannon. He's still fighting on.
Dave, there's not many Eagles anymore. There's not many Eagles, and there's Arbs, and there could be skirms to take care of slingers. Vinchester's moving out with confidence, and his population's still half decent. Now, I agree. Okay, Castle on the Shoreline's probably coming to your mind. That would be awesome, but it's not happening.
And the bomber cannons survive. Bomber cannons survive. Slingers are still there. Slingers are honestly doing work against the two-handed swordsmen.
They are.
And the Trebs are still alive from Villese, he's just been waiting for his opportunity. He's also got a guard tower in the north on that wood line. We might actually have to start looking at wood lines here for Vinchester, although he's got plenty. He's got plenty in the back. He's fine.
He's going to add barracks there as well. So that's just more of a heads up that he could be raided there.
Yep.
Still in the right corner, there is some gold that is being taken by Vinch. And if he were to move a little bit further, he could find that stone. And that's the difference between having a defensive castle or two in the middle or on the right side and not. So that'd be massive. There's also only one relic on this map.
Here.
And I have no clue where the relic even is. It's not as important to talk about relics on this map as other maps. Yeah. Les forcing the issue, Dave, but also I like the stone walls on the left near the tower. And that he should also see the fish traps now and castle or tower that.
Yep.
He should now notice that. Also, I would love champion for Villese. I think that'd be a great play as he snipes the bomber cannons on the right side.
I mean, he's already got all the infantry upgrades. Even would Kameok be viable even above champion? I mean,
potentially. I think they could take the fights with ease in the choke points. But I do also think having to get elite could possibly be too costly.
Well, I mean, if you go champion, you have to get all the techs up to champion.
Yeah, that's true. But I guess elite and then the lack of pierce armor would be an issue. And like melee.
He's going for a tower. He's going for a tower.
That's going to add up. And Vinch isn't going to be able to pick up on the fact that
he's
it's going to add
killing
up.
the docks, too.
And Dave, look at Villese. He's also towering his own little water area on both sides.
Nice.
This is going to go to a game 7.
Look how many fishing ships are there. I think Vinchester has hit the select all docks hotkey, and he's sent them towards his own pond. And that's why those fish in Villese's pond are looking to get out.
Extra damage against ships from your towers. Eat that, Vinchester.
Fishing ships? Yeah.
And,
Eat it.
Okay, so this is where the population space is going to open up for Vinch, so his military count might spike. But if Les holds from it, Les should be able to dominate with better economy. The food count should be much lower when we check on this in a moment.
Dude, the food eco is just falling off a cliff right now for Vinchester. As Villese now goes for docks of his own.
Yep.
He's trying to finish that tower at the front. If that tower goes up, the fires are done. And he's still got one villager working on that. One of those was chased away. But now he's killed all the fish in his own pond. And he's still kind of pushing forward on Vinchester. And here come the Eagles into the back of Vinch's economy once again. Cannon galleons coming up from Vinch. How are they going to maneuver in this pond? There's no space.
There's so much traffic, man. Dave, do you remember at the start of Game 4 when I brought up the nickname for Villese and then we said it wasn't timely? It might be timely now. The finisher is back, dude. He's going to take us to Game 7.
No, Tristan, he's still doing it. Vinchester is still selecting all docks and has the waypoint set to his own pond. So the cannon galleons just went right into that guard tower.
Oh, boy. Oh, man. I can understand it. The population's still decent, but he's slowly running out of all resources. And look at the finisher go. He's going to wall in his villagers on the right and now roll his trebs to save them towards the slingers. And also, man. Dave.
Elite Kameok.
Let's go.
This game is amazing. First Levy. Elite Kameok. We got Heated Shot.
Yep.
We've got
Guard Tower.
Guard Tower. Oh, my God. We got everything. Fabric armor, fabric shields, whatever.
Castle should go up on the right
harbors.
side. Yeah, just that's true. We are missing that. But we haven't missed anything with this game. It's been incredible. This is unbelievable. This is the best game of the tournament, man.
Is this going to be a Doubt Castle here?
No. Yes, actually.
Incavil's extra armor?
Yeah, but look at his eco and look at how much army he has now. I actually think losing a few villagers helps him. He will probably lose his docks, honestly. So good job from Vinch to take those docks down. There's only so much population to work with, but...
Kameok. Vinchester fights on, man. He goes for a castle on the shoreline. He has cannon galleons now in his own pond instead of his enemy's pond, and he's making fire ships in Villese's pond now.
I'm so
He already has fire ships there.
I'm so concerned for Vinch because you can tell he's trying desperately, Dave, and I'd be frantic, man. Like, we know that if Villese wins this game, that he has the mental edge going into the final game, and a massive mental edge at that. And So as excited as I am that we could be heading towards a Game 7, I'm also going to feel devastated for one of these guys. Maybe we won't even get there. 0 on gold for Vinch, though. He does have a civilization that can fight on for a long time with 0 on gold. But as his castle will get trebbed down, that never made much sense to me. He's still got fire ships in the wrong pond. Has a lot of work to do to keep his fish alive over the long run here. And the Slinger Skirmisher combination isn't all he's going to be up against as the Kameyuks are massing right now.
47 kills on these slingers, by the way. They've been doing work behind this.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a bit like how you would treat Arbalest, I guess. You just never want them to be in front.
Dude, I love the Inca's tech tree. They just have so many options. It's hard for them to get there.
Yeah.
But late game, it's such an interesting civ.
Yeah, and it's a civ we haven't seen here, and I think Villese just recognized, yeah, it doesn't necessarily have any insane bonuses for Houseboat, but it can get to this stage of the game, and in this stage of the game, it can counter virtually every civilization.
Mm-hmm. And the Kameyuks are here now, and that is a serious problem.
Yeah.
Castle is down. Fast fires are coming out, and if one fast fire, that is going to be like a fox in the chicken coop there. in the fishing eco, because Vinchester's stuff will bump around trying to catch up to it, and you will just be sniping fish traps left and right.
Dave, Vinch doesn't want to call it, but I've finally seen his pop go below 150. It
done,
flickered.
Yeah.
It's done.
God, Villese is a demon. He's
He's
the finisher.
The finisher.
He's the finisher.
But what if he loses? Like, imagine winning this game and winning 3 straight and still having to win 1 more.
Oh my God, this might be one of the, like, this series is amazing.
Oh, geez. The storylines just write themselves here.
And that was the best Houseboat game I've ever seen.
Yeah. And now, I mean, we don't.
One of the best games I've ever seen.
Correct. Yeah, I was gonna say we've seen maybe like 30 competitive Houseboat games compared to thousands on Arabia, but I would take this over some Arabia games any day. Wow. How? I mean, again, with the stakes here, right? Like, not only to win here, but having this be 3 straight after you were down 3-0. I'm losing my mind here. 101,000 resources collected for Villese there. I had so much more gold and stone control. While that took him time to finish off Vinchester, that line of castles along the middle, it was never really contested, and I think he knew that the gold was going to win it for him. Unfortunately, that Malay late game is still very weak if the opponent has gold. It was a great game from Vinch. I don't understand exactly how that game was even the whole way through.
I don't get how they managed to stabilize there, both of them.
So Dave,
crazy level of skill.
Capture Age implemented this interesting feature. If you go to APM, it'll show the APM of the players, but it also shows the heart rates. You could see the spike, and it was real early on there for Vinchester. Oh my God. I can't believe that just happened.
They were clinically dead at the beginning of the game.
Don't get all scientific and doctoral on me, all right?
Okay.
Just keep that out of our show.
I didn't know Capture Age was that invasive. Privacy stuff.
5 seconds till we're in here. Huns versus Japanese.
This is a map where you can't really make any mistakes either, because it snowballs so hard, and the nerves are going to be so high for both of these guys. They've done such a great job beating the favorites, getting here to the final, and now this is their last chance to either win it all or throw it all away, as Vinchester is going to be playing as Japanese here. Villese is going to be playing as Huns. You see it correctly there. 3 wins in a row for Vinchester, 3 wins in a row for Villese. Deciding game right here.
Yeah. Is it going to be Winchester or the finisher, baby?
Or the finisher.
Who's it going to be?
Dude, that sounds like a great buddy cop drama. Winchester and the
finisher. Yes. Wow. Okay, so let's talk about what this map focuses on. So this version does have some water. Docking that water is huge, and both civilizations can do that. Japanese definitely have the edge in that regard, but Huns have the mid-game flexibility due to not having to make houses. But when I think Japanese, I think power spikes, Dave. The faster attacking man-at-arms, it actually should be considered a power spike, I think, to have cheap lumber camps, mills, and mining camps, and the fishing bonus. So I think Villese has to do, in a messy game, I think the Huns have the edge, but if this game is clinical and everything's played to perfection, I do give the advantage to the Japanese.
Yep. Vinchester doing a good job scouting with all his turkeys here, and Villese, of course, doing the same thing. All finding the pawns. The pawns are always in the corner, so they know where those are. And Villese is taking a look over there, and he's actually going to start by pushing in some deer. The wood lines for them are so close.
And they don't know that
It's usually
yet.
not this close.
Yeah.
Like, you usually have at least a screen difference in between you, but this is right beside each other, basically.
Yeah, Villese, I don't know why he didn't take the first one. I guess it looks like the other one's a bit bigger.
Well,
but
this is nice and easy to wall here for him, too.
yeah, that
As
could
long
be part
as
of it.
there's no tower, like if your opponent is going for men-at-arms or a drush, I think it's much better to have like a lumber community where you can shift the tower over to the other side or wall up there instead of the small walls, which are kind of difficult.
It'll be funny, though, because I don't think they're going to find out that their opponent's even there. In the past, if you had scouted the resource, you would be able to see the tree being chopped, but I know they made the change to the golden stone. I don't think Vinchester would be able to look in his fog of war and see the tree chopped like we do with capture age.
Yep.
Which is an amazing
Robo's
change,
giving
by the
me
way.
information.
What's Robo
Robo's
saying?
giving me information here. Stats.
Why is Robo
Stats
giving you
from
the
Robo.
info? I literally have
Because he
Discord.
I don't know, bro.
Anyways,
he knows
continue.
I read everything he tags me on. Japanese are 8-2 on Atacama, and Huns are 4-2, having not faced each other. All maps, Japanese versus Huns, are 4-1. So that's probably from cross games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, cross games would make
Villager,
the most sense to me.
Villager is stuck here from Vinchester on the wood line. It's not the greatest situation. Okay, he's going to move it away. He's got the dock up already. No dock from Villese yet.
Yep, that's standard, right? You start with minus 100 wood as Huns because you don't have to make houses. Again, this stage, it's all about the Japanese. And we might even see more on wood for Vinchester because I like an early barracks play. And it seems extremely hard for Villese to be able to tower Vinchester's wood line. Like, I guess if he got back there, it'd be epic. But it's going to be tough with the way he's positioned to scout that and think about that. And I think Vinchester could do that quite easily to the lumber community you mentioned if Villese walls in his vills.
Yeah, and if Vinchester goes for the men-at-arms here, he's going to have a nice forward pressure to get that tower down, right? We have to ask questions about how Villese even if he sneaks around there or goes forward with some villagers, how is he going to be safe to put that tower down if he doesn't have the men-at-arms to support? Now he's going for a big wall. Is he going to send it back towards the wood line or just straight across the map? Straight across the map.
Huh. Fascinating. So he scouted that. Vinchester has not scouted the wood line. I know in the fog it looks like it would, but he does not confirm that fact. So scouting mattering, and apparently you read messages faster than I do. That's what Robo said. So probably true. Probably true.
And it's weird because when Vinchester clicks the scout back here, it's going to take the long way around.
Yeah.
Just auto-pathing.
So he has seen pretty much every wood line now, and he's gonna be like, wait, what? And
Where is he?
He doesn't even think to look there.
He might think that Villese is playing some kind of like 5-head strategy of taking these small trees at the back.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness, dude. And if he clicks units through there, they're just going to go around the trees, and I don't think they spot the lumber camp because the wall is there from Villese.
He also could just be assuming that's the wood line, and he's just not making that obvious to us. But
maybe.
I want to again say how awesome it is that you actually have to confirm it, and you can't just see in an area you already scouted. That's such a good change.
Like
I
he's
think
not.
he knows. He has to know.
Does he know? Can he hear it in the darkness? Maybe.
Well, he's not looking. He's not scouting like he
We'll
knows,
know
though.
by where he sends the militia.
Yeah, I should find out if he sees the wall though, right? Yeah, I think he knows something's up.
He's gonna go for a lumber camp there. He doesn't know. He doesn't know, bro.
He's
he
gonna
doesn't
know.
but he's gonna see the wall.
He's gonna know.
He doesn't see the wall yet.
He will. The villagers will go to the right here. I think he should find out.
He doesn't know.
He should know.
He's going for a wall.
Okay, now he knows. Now he knows. Now he knows. And he's also hiding the fact that he's there with the lumber camp, and Velez doesn't see the lumber camp. So Velez is like, ooh, I'm nice and protected.
That is too funny, man. You're like making all this stuff up like, yeah, he knows. He definitely knows. He definitely
And then he's like,
And this is why Villese went to this area, so he could wall this off. So even if Vinchester goes for a tower here, on the one side. Villese, I think,
villager
will
on the
be
left.
safe on the lumber
Real
camp.
quick. Let's see if Finch, after a long day, will he try and quick wall? Nope.
No,
just
he
going to
gives her up.
focus. And
Yep.
there's the tower. Now, I really don't like the man-at-arms being in a separate spot from the tower.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's a
bad in
really
my
bad
opinion,
decision
too.
here from Vinch.
But it also kind of divides the attention from Villese. And Villese has
Yeah,
to be
but-
paying attention to two different areas.
Oh, and now it was
Good
also
quick
up against
wall.
the wall. And
Oh, maybe not?
whoa.
Maybe not.
How did he do that?
Someone call an ambulance, but not for me?
I can never make that. I think there was 2 tiles there somehow.
Yeah. And now the tower is up, so now he has to garrison those villas, and he can't get away with pushing this villager away.
But this is what we talked about, right? If you had the man-at-arms...
Garrison Vinch? Oh, perfect.
Oh, he's through now. Oh,
And the men-at-arms are almost through, and there's 5 villagers repairing that.
wait.
Oh, this is messy.
Vinch,
Oh, this is
Vinch,
messy.
get another villain inside this tower. He makes walls, so now he's killed the wood line, and both the wood lines are not working.
And 2 villagers dead.
And the
from
archer
Villese.
range is delayed. The man-at-arms are going to break in. Villese doesn't know what to do. Oh, God. This is so stressful.
Oh, this is so messy, dude.
What
And
a
now
clutch
Villese is
moment
going
from...
to rush down the tower from Vinchester. So Vinchester has a Vill rushing down. Villese has 5 Vills rushing down. Vinchester has to move his scout across. The men-at-arms are now working away on those walls. Villese has to watch that and be careful about the men-at-arms coming in. Maybe he can quick wall them with a house or something here.
What? Repair the tower.
my God.
Repair the tower. The man-at-arms are here. They're Japanese man-at-arms. More
Oh,
villagers
no.
are coming in.
Villese. Oh, Villese. No, the finisher.
The
Getting
finisher. Dave, he doesn't have wood. He's skirms on the way. He's not on gold yet. 7-1 eco KD. 8-1 eco KD. And also the villagers that are in there need to run as well. I completely forgot about them.
He goes for a gate with wood he doesn't have.
He
He's got
tried so
skirmishers
hard.
here.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, what a map to finish on. I mean, just craziness here. As Villese trying for the lumber community, and it's just too complicated to defend
Yeah.
on both sides.
That's also the Japanese, right? There's not many civs that can fish and go for man-at-arms like that. Vinchester did the right thing. I mean, I think initially the man-at-arms being on the other side might not have been 100% ideal, but like you had mentioned, it did split the focus for Villese there.
Mm-hmm.
He will fight on, and he should. By the way, the most impressive stat out of everything here is the fact that the TC idle time is incredibly low.
4
for them.
seconds.
Yeah, they created Vills the entire time.
4 seconds. He goes for a mill and he goes for the lumber camps at the back. He's now on stone, so maybe he can tower. I mean, Vinchester is still committing pretty hard onto this middle area as he goes for a tower there, and Villese is going to tower maybe the gold or the berries. He's going to switch it forward, which I think is what he needs to do. He needs to make this incredibly messy
Yep.
for Vinchester. Goes towers the wood line. I don't know about towering the wood line.
I think the issue, like, I like the idea of maybe towering berries or gold, but then you've got a lonely tower that can be Vill rushed.
Yeah,
So I think if you make this, you can leapfrog it to another tower.
Also, Villese's archer range is just in the wrong place right now.
Oh, God. Yeah. Wrong place at the wrong time. And we see another tower. I mean, I don't know what Vinch's scouting is like right now, but if he were to just check the wood line on the right with some army, there's no way Villese can get easy wood access.
Yep. And skirmishers here now from Vinchester. But neither player has fletching. Neither player has the armor.
There is a
There
villager
is
in the
second
south.
dock.
Vinchester will eventually make a second dock, but he's not there yet. And the fish add up a lot faster than you would think. If you weren't Huns right now and you also had to make houses, can you imagine how painful this would be if you're Villese?
Mm-hmm.
Be brutal, man.
And you know what? This is a map, Tristan, where you can come back from being very far behind. If your opponent tries to stall out, maybe tries to go for an eco approach,
Yep.
you can take advantage with your military. And I love what I'm seeing from Villese here. He's in a terrible position, needs to go for that stable. He just needs to all in here.
The finisher. And he adds more lumber camps on the awful trees in the back, but he still has wood. His starting scout also getting some great value to get some hits, and his skirms are doing a good job. The overall KD is quite close and could get better here as Villese pulls away.
Yep.
Vinchester needs to make sure that he's also making some archers, I think, so scout all in can't kill him. That or spearmen, but of course, both are vulnerable to skirms.
Villese going for another tower. He thinks this is the only wood that Vinch is collecting. I don't
think-
know why he's so
yeah.
hard on pressuring this.
I think the biggest thing that he needed to realize...
Also, Vinch is losing all his skirms for free.
I think what Villese needed to realize is that he can make a lumber camp on the right chunk. He has that scouted. But, Dave, the spearman's going down. There's scouts now as well. This game will continue. This is definitely winnable for Villese.
This is. Villager count, he's 5 behind right now. He's still ahead on fishing ships. I mean, Japanese fishing ships, sure. But now Villese has much more efficient fishing than Vinchester does because Vinchester's first pond has run out of deep fish.
Also, just economy in general, right? Vinchester has like 5 villagers in the forward towers, or did a moment ago. He just placed a tower on the gold, and this one seems awfully familiar.
This is super doable for Villese.
Oh, look at the market from Vinch. He knows things are falling apart.
Yeah.
And look, oh man, he needs to contest that tower, but he can't. He could lose access to golds. That was a really poor tower as well. Remember that cross game where Vinchester placed a tower that could be that didn't really protect his gold. This is another one of those.
Villese also sending that villager from the pond on the right to the bottom. So he might be able to contest that too.
And looping with a much better set of towers behind this long wood line that Vinchester really does need.
Oh, dude, no way. Don't tell me he comes back into this.
What in the world? Here he goes. He's getting fletching now, something that Vinch has had for a while. Vinchester is going for mainly range units right now. Archers and skirms is what he wants to do.
And the skirms are just running under the towers here. They're looking for any spearmen. They're trying to deny that archery range. Good pullback there from Vinchester
Vinch
to
needs a
save
counter
the
tower.
skirms.
Vinch needs a counter tower here.
Yep.
Or just, I guess you can leave, but there's not a ton of wood remaining. It's super awkward, man.
No, he did clear up the tower in the north. He did clear up the tower in the north there.
Yep, okay.
From Villese, so he can go take that wood again. Still needs to worry about the villager from Villese that is just running right past his dock in the south. I don't think either player have enough time to look at that at the moment as Villese walls in this lonely tower by the gold. Still as the scouts, still as the skirms, loops around to this side. Now only one spearman there from Vinchester. And once the spearman is gone, the scouts just have a field day against the skirms.
Yeah, that's true. Archers are in there for the scouts, and the tower's close to going up, though. Vinchester will pull back. The skirms for Villese kind of misfiring there. And
Villagers
so I
going
think
down,
this is
maybe?
actually good for Vinch. I think Villese needs to bail here. I think he's going to lose everything if he stays. You need to leave here, Villese. I think. Yeah, Vinch will pop out with 1 or 2 vills and repair this. Everything will die. Wow, Vinchester holds.
Vinchester holds. And he might kill
But
some
Dave,
bills here.
look at his
He's gonna
wood,
kill
look
two
at his
more
main
bills.
wood line. Look at the same time. Look at his main wood line.
Oh, no, bro.
This
No
game.
way.
What?
Oh, my God.
Hey, Robo, I think it's a good time to notify the players. This is not a best of 7. This is a best of 11.
Yeah.
We need at least 2 more games out of these 2.
And there's the market in the middle there from Villese. Look at the stone count, though, for Vinchester. He could actually buy his way up. Oh, there he goes.
Also, if he doesn't think he needs towers, he could sell some stone and buy his way up. Yeah.
He's
don't know,
going for a dock, Villese in the south. Vinchester doesn't see that. I mean, it's not really a covert dock
Yeah.
at this point.
I think as Villese is also going to use the market, also Villese is going to be panicking because he'll see the market prices, and he will know his opponent had done it before him. But yeah, I guess what I didn't bring up throughout all of that is that Villese hasn't had a good wood line. He still didn't take that
No.
chunk on the right, and so his efficiency
And taking the stuff at the back.
has been awful. Yeah. I mean, his aggression was top notch, but with 550 stone, can the player who's lost 3 straight after winning 3 straight drop a castle in the middle and finish this in early castle age, maybe, to win the finals?
Still trying to cut off wood lines. Still trying to cut off wood lines from Vinchester. And Vinchester going for another tower. There are so many towers around here.
Tatsukama for you. So this has had a
I
much
wonder- I
bigger
just-
tower focus.
Yeah, I just wonder about the castle age time here from Villese because he's trying to get up as well. Vinchester is going to be significantly faster. Vinchester can upgrade to crossbows. He could even go for some knights into the back eco of Villese, which would be devastating.
Yeah. This is one of the best finals I've ever seen. Ridiculous games, ridiculous performances from both players in the final, in the semifinals. But Villese still hasn't clicked, Dave. And I feel like there's so many good opportunities for castle spots for Vinch. He could place it right next to the range. That would probably be my decision, but he could also wait until he shoots down this other tower from Villese and drop it further in, kind of closer to that gold there.
Yep.
Doesn't have a stable.
Water 1 in the south, I think, from Vinchester as he goes for his second fire galley there.
Okay, yeah. If he had a stable and could make some knights, he could definitely drop the castle pretty deep, but he's going to drop it to free up his own wood line. And I think Villese will actually benefit from the fact it's not more aggressive.
Wait, do I use that houseboat image for the thumbnail or the image of this middle area?
Middle area. It's an insane series here. Siege Workshop for
really
Vinchester. Just a quick look. What's the resources collected? So Vinchester has collected 1,200 more. That doesn't surprise me at all. Most of that's probably wood.
Going to be tracking that. Villese is going to be tracking that crossbow army too, which is really nice for him.
Also, double towers.
That's
nice.
not a surprise. Doesn't show up on a wood line and start sniping down villagers, and he's already killed 2 of them. Just delaying. And I guess it's always going to be knights here for Villese, right? He's adding more farms.
I don't know if he can afford knights. Like crossbows with
What
Arrow
else do
take
you
out the
do?
knights.
Siege Workshop?
Yeah, I think you have
Maybe.
to try and go skirms, but it doesn't feel like a winning play. That's the issue.
Bloodline's coming in.
But he's got to try and stay alive here. He's falling back into lots of towers, taking him further and further away from the potential of dropping his own castle. Still not on that right wood line. I suppose if he was there a moment ago, it would have been a problem.
Dude, I am so impressed with both of these guys. It's so late in a 7th game. Vinchester is fighting like crazy.
Yeah.
And the elite skirm range is going to go down before elite skirm comes in.
I would have
fighting like crazy after losing 3 games in a row, and Villese is fighting on after losing so many villagers at the beginning.
I would have been dead mentally if I were both of these players very early on. Did you mention elite skirm's not going to complete in the range?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Did you just okay? I thought you said that, but my brain was all over the place, so that's painful.
Yeah, especially since the skirms are coming over here too. If the skirms were elite, they could maybe stop this TC with the HP on the villagers there. There is a knight over here, though.
There's also siege, but yeah, I guess the TC goes up. I think even the siege will be protected here. It is awkward, though, Dave. But look at the crossbowman on the right for Vinch. He's going to shoot down some fish. Not bad. TC completes.
Not really doing anything at the moment, though. It boosts your score, I guess.
Man, but that tower is getting shot down on the front of the gold. Villese is running out of trees. Not only has this series been brutal, but the last 2 maps are arguably the most difficult maps to play.
I know,
the entire map pool.
I know. Vinch is losing units under this tower. He was losing stuff under the gold as well, but he's got a ram over there.
Yeah.
Dealing with that. He's got the skirmishers over near the crossbow. He's probably thinking like, damn, that elite skirm upgrade's taking a long time to come in.
Man, Vinchester's micro has been sick in Castle Age, but obviously he has a big advantage now, right? Vinchester should win this game from this position, especially with more exposed villagers here. Nice attack round from Vinch, so he doesn't damage his own villagers on the tower. And Vinch knows it, Dave. He's going to chill. He's on 3 TCs. He's going to try and boom. You could consider that a risk, but I think if you have the wood control on this map, chilling out and getting your eco flying is fine by me.
Good stuff from Vinchester to realize the knights were at the back of his base. Saved all those gold villagers. Well, he's going to lose a couple of them, but great heads-up play.
Also tracking the vills still, Dave. The skirms are useless there. I do not see a win condition for Villese unless those knights can find tons of damage, and there's castles, towers, and TCs everywhere from Vinchester. He surely is building up towards a castle as he has 5 on stone, but it's getting worse and worse and worse for the finisher. Oh, look at the TC.
If you get a good shot here with this mangonel, could have a chance.
Oh,
it's a good one.
It is a good one.
It's a great one.
And the repairs will be perfectly timed. Vinchester, though, goes for the repair villagers. Knights showing up. And, yeah, Villese still staying in this. Good attack round from Vinch, though. We'll see if he can keep this alive, if he can save this.
Dude, Villese is getting that 3rd TC, Tristan.
It's also on a stone.
Look at the knights killing the gold villagers. Oh, my God.
No! Vinchester, please! No!
No,
Vinchester!
Not like this!
Finch. Oh my god. Okay, here's the positive.
Villager count is ahead for Villese right
Here's
now.
the positive. He doesn't see the bodies. Okay, if he saw the 15 bodies, like in more open space, I think it would be worse for his mentality. Oh my god. Now that's the fatigue setting in, right? That's also why his micro was so good on the front.
More
Knights for
villagers
Velez
dying.
on the berries now, Dave. And I don't think Vinchester will ever see that TC on his stone there. Oh my goodness. 74 pop for 65. Somewhere someone said about how this game couldn't go on as long as the other one. But as this continues, maybe it could. I don't know.
Oh, Villese thinking about a castle. He does have villagers on that stone, like you said.
He has to drop it right where his palisades were with the tower. If he can get a castle down there, this will be the most ridiculous game ever.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Wow, bro. Wow. Vinchester just needs to settle it down.
More crossbows
He needs
on
to
the way.
settle it down. He's going to kill some villagers trying to build this tower. Villese is going to lose 2 more. And the eco KD right now is, it's only 28 to 23.
You cannot
Only.
do any. I mean, obviously you need to do defensive things, but you have to do something offensive fast if you're Velez, and with high risk, high reward attached to it. I think it has to be a castle right in the middle of Vinchester's economy.
I mean, he doesn't even have access to a big wood line. He's still taking
know.
wood through all these little patches. It's so ugly, right?
But if he takes away all that gold and like those towers and whatnot with a castle, Vinch is only going to have wood. Because Vinch can't take the gold from Velez right now. Okay, I think the knights are going to loop to the left, Dave, and I hope Velez just sends the boys and girls over and just goes for it.
Yep.
I think it's got to be something crazy like
He
that.
can buy 100 stone with his market.
Also, big shot
Send it
incoming.
in.
Another massive shot on the crossbows of Vinchester, as he will lose all of his army. There is never a better invitation for you, Velez, to go forward and drop a castle. This is the moment. You're getting so close. Oh my goodness. 68
Oh,
kills.
I missed it. Thank God for the
67
rerun
deaths.
feature. Holy. He's almost got enough stone too, Tristan. He's almost got enough
I
stone.
know. I think he's going to...
650.
Oh, Vinch adding a knight is really important. So that
double
knight...
stable behind too, which is great.
Yeah. Again, you have to send a lot of villagers here. And I don't know if he can place it where I mentioned it before because the stables are there. And if not there, I think he has to place it where the crossbows are now for Vinch so he can get some wood access.
Bro, is Vinch really pulling in relics this game?
Of course
oh
he's
my
pulling in
God.
relics. It might go late game, man. Relics are really important if it goes
And look
late.
at this. Look at this. The crossbows are heading over.
Oh,
It's like,
as the
where's
Vills are going. As the Vills were going to go. The Vills were definitely being pulled that way. And now Veleza has to make a decision. He might opt to castle somewhere else because he knows the army's there now. He's waiting, Dave. The knights being out there, though, for his opponent is so bad for him. Pretty soon, Vinchester's going to have just as many knights. So again, as we've known for a while now, it needs to happen soon. 76 villagers versus 91. Where's that castle going to end up being?
I don't know where you put it, if not there. If
Yeah,
not on the gold,
it's
I
gotta
don't know
be on
where
that
you
stone
really
right
put
here.
it. Because you're not in a position to go up to Imperial Age. Vinch is the one going up to Imperial Age. So putting a forward castle on the other castle
Yeah, it's
doesn't
tough.
make a whole lot of sense, right?
Yeah, so maybe he feels like his best position is clearing this army from Vinch and then dropping it.
Yeah.
Because obviously if he does drop it anywhere else, he's still not in a winning condition. And he's out here to win. Duh. Takes out the
big
monk.
shot on the monk.
That's
a
and he
big-
could get his own conversion and he could actually take this position. But there's also 12 knights and they just all weren't in this spot. And so maybe
and he
not.
loses the monk.
Oh, yeah, the monk's down. The siege will be pretty ineffective. Also, Vinchester has one
Oh.
more upgrade. Vinchester's building up towards his own castle again. Micro's not the best for Vinch, but his macro's insane. He clicks up to Imp, Dave. It feels like Vinchester has actually done it. He had so
After
many
all of this,
chances.
I mean, Valesa's made him work for it, right? And
Oh
Villese is
my
going to hang
God.
out here. He's got enough stone almost for 2 castles at the moment, but he's losing villagers now on that stone. that he was taking. He's got to deal with this army. He's trying to get some good conversions here. He does get a conversion, so he'll be able to defend.
But he lost
he's still
villagers
losing
everywhere.
bills.
Yep. Vinchester went for the main fight and then 2 side raids at the exact same time. And Villese still hasn't noticed the left side. Now he does. We might see the tap here. Even without Imp, I think Villese might... He's known for a while. And he might just be forced to tap out, and he calls it.
Well played. Oh my god, dude. What a set.
What a
Vinchester
series.
Taking the win after losing 3 straight games in a row, denying the reverse sweep, and winning his very first S-tier tournament. He also got the ticket to Red Bull from T90 Titans League. Incredible. Honestly, incredible.
This all from the guy who said he wasn't confident after his quarterfinal. Then 4-2'd Hera, and then 4-3'd Villese. Wow, what a freaking marathon that was. I mean, guys, we know it's a lot of games to have the semifinal and a final on the same day, but we gave them that break, right? So best of 7, 2 hours, couple more games is fine. But these games were long. These last 2 maps were brutal. And I'm sure the nerves were high. Oh, man. I mean, again, congratulations to Vinchester. We're going to get him in for an interview here in a bit. But also, we have to say, Villese, what a performance in this tournament. And I know that S-tier tournament win, that big tournament win is going to come for him because he's just that good. He's gotten close so many times. To 4-1 the Viper and then lose the final by 1 game is not something he should really be too upset about. I'm sure right now he's frustrated, but these guys are beasts, man. These guys are beasts, and they've completely showed everyone the whole point of kind of like a league format, that consistency matters, and they're completely showing everyone that whatever your view of that top 5, top 6, whatever it may be, it might not be quite as defined in our scene. I feel like they both should win, but that's not how it works. So we're going to hop in.
How it works.
No. I'm sure Vinchester also may want to get to bed here, so let's hop into the Discord there, Dave, and we can start our interview. Vinchester, my friend.
Hey.
I am sure you're exhausted, and I'm sure you're emotional, but how are you feeling? This is the biggest tournament result, I believe, of your career. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, this is the first S-tier tournament. That's something.
That's something. Oh, my God. We are going to pick your brain a little bit. Because they were some amazing games today. So obviously, congratulations. But instead of starting with game 1, can I just ask, after being up 3-0, then losing 3 games in a row, how are you feeling going into the final game? I'm sure so many emotions were going through your mind.
Well, yeah, I think I worked really hard on my mind, set up myself that everything goes fine. And I think that the next 3 games, I mean, I lost them not because I was nervous or something, but because probably I was really tired because it's late. It became late because I think the last 3 games I played after midnight.
Yeah, yep.
And probably civilizations were not the best. I was kind of on timer, like Magyars against Berbers, against Italians, probably that was not the best game as Malians. So yeah, he did really crazy games. So that was a really tough games for me.
Wow. Forgive us because, as you know, it was a long series. We're gonna hop all around here, I'm sure, and try and remember.
Yeah, don't worry.
But I'll ask you about just game 1 here real quick. You opened up with Franks, and in the semifinal, you had the reverse civilization. You had Aztecs, and then you died to Franks, and then you used Franks to do a similar thing. So did you think Franks was like better because of how Hera used it against you, or was it just the way the draft panned out?
I think the first time that was how draft went. So I just picked Aztecs, it's one of the best saves, so I can use it anywhere. I was not sure that I'll pick Aztecs for Serenity for the first time.
Yep.
But yeah, once I saw that just Scout Thief is dominating, and I think in the final I knew that we both will be tired and just wanted a smooth gameplay where I know what to do, and I think it's just easier with Franks because with Aztec you should always make something happen, so you need to find a Drush, you need to find a villager kills or something. With Franks you just must nice, it's easier. So I just realized that on this map probably it's better to follow Hera's strategy, who was picking this map as his main home map. So it worked perfect, I think. Even with losing villagers, I was so ahead. That's amazing. I was like, oh, no worries, don't kill. I mean, you're killing my villagers, but I create them faster than you kill them, so I'm fine.
Dave, I don't know where
game
what order we have here, so go for it.
I don't remember which one was game 2. I remember it was Gold Rush or Arabia was either of those. But I want to talk about the Arabia one because the Gold Rush is pretty straightforward. I mean, you just made more Cavaliers and basically wiped them up there.
And to be honest, when I saw Custodia, I thought like I saw Custodia, and second, my score was a little bit higher. I was not sure if I really have an advantage because I was scouting almost all the map. So this score could be tricky, but in fact, I think that Custodier was a real mistake because he didn't control the middle. I mean, the whole middle. I still have gold access and good castle positions, and at the same time, he really invested a lot into it in order to castle age.
Also, wanted to ask about the Arabia matchup. Britons versus Hindustanis. Did you feel like you needed to kill him really quickly before he got into the Gulam span, or what was your thought process with the Cavalier switch?
To be honest, I knew that it's going to be probably the matchup before the game. I could expect that he will expect that I'll pick Britons for Arabia. So even if he thought about picking Hindustani somewhere else, he will pick it against Britons from Arabia. So I was expecting this matchup, and I knew that at some point I will go for Cavaliers. So that was a little bit like pre-game decision. I mean, when I knew that I will play Britons against Hindustanis, I just thought, okay, what unit I will add, champions or Cavaliers? And I decided like, okay, if everything will go right, then I will just add stables. I thought about light caps, but I think Cavalier was a great choice in the game because I had really good eco. So yeah, that was kind of planned matchup, and I thought like, okay, let's try my draw. I mean, this Arabia is kind of wallable, and I got a great map with this woodland on the right-hand side. And so yeah, I expected Drush was castle with eco advantage, try to go over some archers, and so I think most of the game went as I planned.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna go to the game that everyone wants to hear about, maybe. Houseboat. What, like, have you ever had a game in a tournament that was that ridiculous?
Stupid, dude.
It was crazy, man. And like, you'll have to rewatch it because like you took out the guy's TC, you were losing builds. Like, it was so close the whole way through. You were both dying at a similar rate. My God. But again, tell me about it. Like, I don't know. Like, what were your thoughts? I don't even know how you think about a game like that.
I don't know. I didn't have a lot of time to analyze this one, especially when I lost. I mean, I was focusing on the next games.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, between the games, I was spending some time to walk a little bit, give myself a chance to lose the tournament. So, yeah, I mean, the main thought that kept me in this final, even before I started, I said something like, no revenge, you can lose it, that's fine, so don't feel nervous. And I mean, that really helped before the last one and in all the last games. So I just told it, okay, yeah, I was leading 3-0, but that's fine, I can lose it, that's okay. So sometimes it's happened. So I think that helped me. And in this game, the only moment I was raging to myself that I thought like, should I roll this villager on Zoc or I shouldn't? Okay, there shouldn't be villagers. Okay, I will not wall. And he jumps on my second top.
Yep.
I think that was the moment where I spent a lot. I mean, yeah, that was even good micro for me. I killed the villager. I at least traded it. And anyway, I built second dog, so he wasted a lot of time as well. But I think if I would use my APM on my base with building barrack, range, better tower or something, then I think I could have this game much easier, easily. So yeah, that probably was about this moment where I was raging a little bit.
Did you notice that I think you had the select all dock hotkey enabled or something because you were creating cannons and fire ships and everything in his side, and they just kept running into the tower.
Really? Yeah. Cannon was on this lake?
Double cannon galleon ran into a tower from
Oh no.
And like 20 fishing ships too.
Yes, I was on my main lake. I saw he started to build docks and towers, and I was like, okay, I'll make like 2 cannon galleons. That's fine. I need to save my fish, and I don't have hotkey for this, so I just switched in dock on the second screen, clicked the cannon galleon, and then like in a minute, I mean, there was a sound. I'm sure I had the gold for it, and then like 2 minutes later, I come to my lake and like double clicking fires. I'm like, okay, fires, let's go to attack. Now where's my cannon galleons? and and I was like, where are they? And I didn't even realize to the end of the game that that was on the second leg.
Oh,
That
that's
shows how
terrible.
messy it was, dude. It was
Yeah.
really messy, and it was super enjoyable for us to watch. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I can expect a little bit,
Also, like,
sad that it didn't go longer. I mean, if not those Kamayuks, I think that could be a really interesting game because I'm not sure if he could even win this.
if you just hold
Now,
until he spends all of his gold, yeah.
exactly. So it felt like a little bit more, and I'll take this one. And I thought it's gonna be, I mean, like amazing game. So I was like having fun at some point, and at the same time was trying like, let's do it. It's gonna be cool. Let's go for it.
Well,
So yeah.
Vinch, so we've had so many events over the last couple of years, and you really over the last year and a half, I'd say, you proved the Vinch fanboys right? Like you still had like enough variation and creativity, but it sometimes wasn't too crazy where it might lose you a game. You get your big final performance, but you also went through massive names. There's no question. No one can say like, oh, the brackets in this event, or like,
Yeah,
oh, in the group,
exactly.
he didn't have to play Leary. But guess what? You beat Leary in the group stage. You beat everyone in the group, and then you move through, I believe, Nikov, Hera, and then Villese here. So like, how much does the win mean to you? Because I know it's been a long time coming, but also how much does the journey mean to like go through so many people to get here?
Yeah, exactly. From the group stage, I was aiming for mostly Leary. That was the most important match for me in the group. And I knew that the bracket won't be easy, and everyone is playing for the Red Bull spot as well. So
Mm-hmm.
as I said to you yesterday, this win against Nikov really gave me a little confidence. And today I played much more relaxed when I played even yesterday. So this journey and in a whole how I played this tournament is important for me. And yeah, I mean the result that I even won this, but not just to get to the semis, didn't just get to the finals, etc. It really meant a lot for me, and I mean it's just making more confident in future tournaments.
Awesome, man.
Finch, what happened? What happened to the
Mhm.
guy who used to micro one crossbow against two scorpions and pick Goss every single tournament set? Is he still alive in there somewhere, or is it just pro
I
gamer now?
I think I'm still microing with my, one sec. My computer decided to get in sleep. uh,
Your computer, your
It's
computer's like,
tired, bro.
no, no more.
Please, Vinch, let's go sleep. Yeah. So I still microing maybe a little bit too much at some point, and so that's why you can see like 80 minutes idle TC even if I'm playing one TC. So but yeah, probably a lot of things changed and helped me that I started to pick different civilizations. I really like my drafts, and sometimes as it was Aztecs against Hera, as I said, I just picked the strong thief, and you know that never mind, it's just a strong thief and you can play
Yeah.
this with this, you will have an advantage. So you can be sure that I will show goats. And RMS I had some interesting strategies, but on just most of the standard maps now I have different view. Yeah, gods probably don't work on Arabia.
Well, that's probably it for me, Vinchester. I know it's very late. I want to say thanks. Thanks for participating. Thanks for, as all the players did, just taking it very seriously. Like even the group stage, right? Um, you guys had opportunities to be bailed out, right? You could say, okay, I don't perform this week. Next week I could do better. But you didn't really take that approach. You seemed well prepared the whole tournament. So as a host and someone who loves to see the high level stuff, that meant a lot to me. And obviously, Dave and I've been like cheering your name since like 2015. So feels like it's been a long time coming as well. So happy for you there. I hope you get some rest and celebrate and all that good stuff. And I guess we'll possibly see you in Heidelberg as well after your performance from this event.
I hope so as well. Yeah, T90, huge thank you for rooting and all this support and all this tournament. That's amazing one. And personally, for me, I really like the mob pool for this one. I think it's really suits me, and I had like not different strategies, but different drafts, etc. So it really helped me across the tournament. So yeah, huge thank you for that, and I'm really happy. And yeah, that was a cool weekend. So thank you very much for that.
You're welcome, Vince.
Just
Appreciate it,
enjoy
man.
it, man. Congrats. Congrats, Vinch. You
Yep.
did it, dude. You did it. Finally. Let's go.
Actually, yeah, I did it. So thank you very much, guys.
All right, later, Vinchester. Well, Dave,
Yep.
crazy day. We weren't sure exactly how crazy it would be. but it ended up being fantastic. Thank you for waking up early, because I know it was early for us to do the first semi. I know you casted that baller second semi as well, and having you back for the final meant a lot. So
It's crazy, dude. And it's such a good, like, it was such a good event. Like I said before, did a great job putting it through. You've been wanting a league like this for a long time. And this is only the first iteration, the first season. There's more to come. And now we have people solidified in platinum, gold, and silver coming up. So this is crazy.
yeah,
What
man.
a crazy final. We have a new winner. We have a new guy. Our top 5 list is getting complicated now.
It doesn't even exist. It doesn't
It
even
doesn't
exist at this
exist.
point.
No, it's a figment of our imagination.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I'm gonna say goodnight because I'm tired, just like Vinch.
Sure.
Holy.
Yeah. No, same thing, man. I'll talk to you soon. And again, thanks for everything.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
See you later.
All right. Yeah. Big thanks to Dave, guys. But man, I feel very happy, very pleased with how things turned out. It is important to note, though, that this is not all that Titans League is. We will have the Gold League next week. So as it stands, there are 4 players who are guaranteed to fill the spots, be promoted from the 8 relegated players from Titans League. That's half the point of the league system, is to have a promotion relegation system, not just the playoffs like every other event. So next Thursday, I will be casting the round of 12s there in the Gold League. We'll have Fat Dragon versus Kingston, Running versus Sobek, Fire versus Dark, and then Sebastian versus Margugu. You'll notice there's a lot of younger, up-and-coming names there. Winner of those best of 5s will join the open spots in Platinum. And then also we'll have the quarterfinals and then the semi and final on the 13th and 14th of August, so the weekend. So we will have more content. It'll just be Gold League action, and I hope people will stick around for that too, or maybe watch for it later on YouTube. So while it is not the end of this season of Titans League, it is the end of the Platinum. And I think I don't know. You know, it was an amazing final, so it feels like a fitting time to like do my whole spiel and how thankful I am and whatnot, but I might save that for next week. But I don't know, it means a lot. To the people who've been so supportive of me, you know, after a platform switch, I know not everyone has come over to a new platform to watch the streams, but, you know, still so many people who have interest in watching the videos and the comments there. It's very easy. You know, I'm just some dude behind a microphone. Within the last year, you know, after making a move that's best for me, my future, my family, and my love for this game, very easy to just be like, screw that guy and say some negative things. And when I went forward with this project, it was because I love the game and I think it's better for the scene, and screw everything else is basically what I said. So thank you for everyone who did show up, who did have interest in it, whether it be on a stream or also videos. I also, this is another 11-hour day. So that's it for me for the day. And again, everyone who might hear this later on in videos and whatnot, a big appreciation. Much thanks. I will eventually take feedback and whatnot on the format. You can always use different, like maybe the Discord for that. But again, final just ended. One of the best finals I've ever seen. I'm going to leave it at that. So thank you, everybody who showed up today. Thank you, everyone who watched and supported and cheered. I'm going to have to send Villese a message here. What a player, man. I feel so bad for Villese right now. Oh, man. But it is what it is, I guess. Anyways, guys, that's it. I am going to go relax on my couch. My comfy couch. Also, shout out to Robo. I don't know what time it is in Australia right now, but I can tell you most people are not awake at the moment, or most people have not been on the PC throughout the last 3 days. Thanks, Robo, for that. Later, guys.